do it because he's talented enough to do it. This would be the pinnacle of A.J. Allmendinger's career if he could win this championship tonight.
So, DJ, he's moving back to Cup next year. This might be his last realistic shot at a NASCAR championship.
Those are his words this week,
not mine. Does that add some pressure to his plate today?
100%. You know, that pressure is self-inflicted, though, and what A.J. has to do is just, as Brad was talking about, keep those emotions calm. And this isn't a race. You don't have to go win this race. You have 3 competitors that you're racing against, so no matter how bad you might think things are at the halfway point, your car isn't the best yet. Continue to work on it. You don't know what's going to happen. Don't give up.
First and
when
foremost,
I look at this, I think this is a pivotal moment for A.J. Allmendinger, for his legacy in the sport in a lot of ways.
The news for those that have not seen it, just breaking.
Back to the Xfinity Series. He's coming
we lost
back
Bobby
to the Cup
Allison.
Series. In history, when you look
Rest
back
in
on him,
peace
we'll
to
see
the
all the big
legend.
races he won. We'll see Indy, we'll see all this stuff, but he'll be a
Rest in peace
journeyman
to
driver
Bobby.
who spent some time in each part of the sport. If he wins a championship, that elevates him to a totally different place. That takes him to a place where when people think about it, it's like, yeah, he was in Cup. Yes, he won a championship in Xfinity, which got him back to Cup, and that's what
With
he
that
did.
being said,
I think it can define his career and leave the legacy of
I'm in
what
my
A.J.
Discord.
Allmendinger has done in this sport.
I'm in my
in a
Discord
better-
about
in a lot better
in my
place.
main channel. I'm gonna do what I said last night. We're gonna do a couple of Discord calls tonight, talk to some people while the Xfinity race is going on, and some more during the pre-race for the Cup race tomorrow. And it's, I'll be asking questions, kind of like I did last year. Because eventually my plan is to put all 3 streams: the truck stream, the Xfinity stream, and Cup stream reactions to my YouTube channel eventually. So.
AJ is very capable every time, everywhere, once he climbs in that race car.
You know, and one good thing about this, they have improved his race cars as this year's gone on. The first part of this year,
first and foremost, rest in peace to Bobby Allison.
He didn't have equipment that he could think about winning with. He was just trying to survive. But now the
best.
equipment is much better, and I think that gives him a great chance. And to be quite honest, I think this race being at night, the track's cooled down, gives them a better chance, because I think low grip tracks during the day, during the sunlight when it's really hot, is that not their forte. So I think he's going to have a better chance than what he thought after qualifying today.
So we talked about Justin
Allgaier, we talked about A.J. Allmendinger, but there are 4 fighting for the championship here today. You've got
now, I'm going to make it simple. I'm going to wait till more people get in here for the stream. But the prediction for all 3 races this weekend is going to be the championship for prediction. I'm just going to wait until we actually get the green for the race, and I'll let it run for a half hour.
So he would love to win this championship.
Custer, Allgaier, Allmendinger, and Hill.
For Richard Childress Racing, a massive win for him.
Can Custer go back to back?
At Miami a couple of weeks ago.
Can Allgaier finally get over the hump?
Championship for here this weekend. So if you look at all of those drivers, Brad, you would think, well, Cole Custer won it last year. Why would he not automatically be the favorite?
No, there's too many variables. Too many variables. So what happens on pit road? I mean, I look at Austin Hill. He has the best pit crew. I mean, he could take advantage of that tonight, put himself in position to win. You got A.J. Allmendinger. Same thing. He's hungry.
I'm going to
He's
start
going back to the Cup Series. He wants this championship. On and on. These are the variables that go.
We're going to start pulling people in and talking tonight.
You have to execute as a team and maximize your potential to win this championship.
All right, we've talked
some of the
about
guys are already
A.J.
in there
Allmendinger
that
and the
like
shot
to
that
react
is
to
in
the
front of
different
him at
things.
42 years old. Right now, he's with Kim Kuhn.
Mark, AJ, the other 3 champ drivers
do the race
are
reaction, so if you want to
some
hang
of
out
the
with
most
some
aggressive
guys,
drivers in the field. So what are you willing to do tonight
feel free
to
to
win
go
your
hang out
first
in my Discord
NASCAR championship?
You know, I mean, I think it comes down to how you get raced during the race. Obviously, we're all going to be aggressive, but we also all know each other very well and each other's tendencies and when it's right, when it's wrong. But, you know, we know
I'm
going to
go ahead and start doing that.
About at the end of the race.
And
at the end of the day, I would love to win this championship the right way and you know, look at yourself in the mirror and be happy with it. So, got a lot of work to do at the Celsius Chevy starting in the back now. And
I'm going to start with
our motto at College Race, besides trophy hunting,
the current, I guess you could say, because we've got a gag in our Discord as we have. Kind of my second in command on the Discord. We consider our president. The reason I'm going to hold him in first because he's a native of Phoenix, or he's a native of Arizona.
When I hear people say you got to lose one to win one, I don't believe that.
He's a native of
Arizona. I think if you're prepared, if you
pull
seize
him
the
in
moment
first, and we'll get
and you
his
take advantage of everything that you have in your hands, and that you can do it. This is a guy that can do it.
From there.
One of the cool elements about championship weekends are the driver introductions to the fans here at Phoenix. Let's listen in.
They're going to driver intros anyway.
Phoenix Raceway. 32 races have led to this moment. The field has been narrowed to the drivers that will compete for the NASCAR Xfinity Series Championship.
So he can hear me.
Ladies
First of all,
and gentlemen, are you
I will bring him in.
ready
He's in here now, so I'll mute him in a second so he can talk. But this is the guy. This is our president of the Discord. He is also the native Arizonian. Kind of brought him in last year, but hello, Jacob.
Arizonan, first of all.
Arizonian. Arizona man, same thing. So, last year I did the series of questions, and I'm going to do them again now. Well, I'm going to try to do 2, and you can tell the other guys want to put you back there. If I bring you in for the Xfinity, I'm probably not necessarily going to bring you in for the Cup. I'm going to try to focus on getting new people. But
wait, oh shit, why'd you bring me in here now?
Because you're the first. I know you're the native guy. I want to get you first because you're the native guy. Give you the chance. So anyway, okay, so you know, well, first obviously the big news that just came out that I think it was you that actually posted it. Was you that posted it?
Cody was the one to break it, but he asked me to post it.
Okay.
For those of you who aren't aware,
I already let the chat know, so, or I already let the stream know that it was how I opened the stream. But so let's start with that. Bobby Allison, the legend, Hall of Famer, unfortunately passed away. What would you say is Bobby's defining moment? Would you say, as a NASCAR fan?
Was it him that flew into the catch fence at Talladega?
Yes, it was. Allison, Bobby's car was the one that went into the catch fence in '87.
Because it's either that or holding off Davey for the 500. I think it was Davey.
Yeah, the father-son finish in '88, the very next restrictor plate race. I should say not the very next, but the very first restrictor plate race, the '88 500.
Yeah, all the photographers, the fans that are up there in the stands, you realize just how big this moment is right now.
Yeah, I mean, we got a tremendous atmosphere, and these guys are getting ready to go and race for a championship. This is life-changing, life-altering, and it's about time to.
So let's move from the somber side. Let's get more this weekend. Obviously, yesterday you were here when we kind of watched the truck finale. Ty Majeski pretty much kind of dominated the race, ended up with the title. Tonight's Xfinity, tomorrow's the Cup.
Probably stepped into that a little sooner than maybe.
What could we see today? What can we see that everybody should expect?
Aluminum
what are you expecting to see? What do you want to see between tonight and tomorrow?
Or in a trophy case. Now, only the 4 that you just saw can earn this, but everybody in the field wants one. It's from Johnston's, and by the way,
what I want to see
they want it bad. So those 4 later today, where will they put it? Will it be a match set for Cole Custer, or will it be one of the other 3 who gets one for the first time, a unique trophy? And we sure hope to be able to see a great race to give it away today. I think we will, Marty.
Yeah, Dave, speaking of that, Cole Custer knows all too well what it feels like to hoist that trophy. He did it last year, and he'd love to end what's been a fantastic 2024 the same way.
Really, any spot on it. That's what I'm. That's
the reigning Xfinity Series champion comes onto the
relatively clean.
You know, our team's just done a great job executing and putting ourselves in situations where we can.
And I'm going to channel my inner Larry Mack here. Based on the trends of the last few races here at Phoenix Raceway,
I think there's no team under pressure that I feel like I would want to be.
Track position is key.
Now he's going to win at Bristol, and he wins the regular season.
Further
it wasn't easy.
Closer to the front you are.
There was a stretch there in the middle of the season where it was
better your chance.
Rough.
They wreck in turn 3.
I think he turned them around after those
realistically,
two got in the fence.
Yeah, we're gonna have to
if it comes down to it,
cars when we go to Phoenix.
We just got to go
you need
out
to be
there
up
and do
front,
our thing one more time.
and you need to stay up,
will try to defend
which is going to be fairly easy to do. Phoenix Raceway hasn't necessarily been the best track
got it done last
for
year. What can you take
racing and overtaking the past few years, which is,
well, it's going to come down to that
as
last
a
run.
fan of the
you
track,
know, I mean, this
and
is
as a
no
guy who lives literally less than 12 miles from it.
So, our team's done a great.
Because, you know, you always want to have your home track be
on the car this weekend,
one of the best tracks on the schedule. Especially if it's the finale.
We apologize for the technical difficulties there, and Cole Custer hoping he can repeat here as champion, which makes a lot of sense on a lot of levels, Kyle, but he also made a lot of enemies at Martinsville as well. Will he be looking over his shoulder today thinking
that much
about
passing,
that?
except for like on the restarts, which is basically the only opportunity
when you
someone
come
might
out here to
have.
race,
I mean,
you
we
don't
saw
come out
that
here to
with
make
Corey
friends. You come out
Hine.
here to
He
win
made
that
up,
trophy that
7 spots on
Dave
one
was just
restart.
talking about. You come out here to take the
we've
money,
seen especially
kiss the girl,
crazy,
to take the trophy, to head to the
kind of
house.
crazy
That's what it's all
moments
about.
here at
And listen, we hear these
Phoenix
guys
as far as the
talking all the time,
restarts and
"Oh, get this
being
guy,
5
he's
and 6
we very,
wide.
very
So
rarely see it, and you never see it in a championship race. You never see these guys take each other out or make it hard on each other. So
6, 7 spots
I
on
don't
that restart,
believe
but
that he has to worry about.
finished
And
no higher
all
than
reality, I honestly believe
second,
that
third,
he
somewhere
has
around
so
there
much on
last
him
night.
for the Haas racing.
Like, he wasn't able to get any further
Haas Racing is
forward
closing down.
once he was
you saw
up
a picture of it earlier. That whole team, we may see the Cup cars, everybody in victory lane, if he can win a championship. That's how big a moment this is for this team.
Late in the race
His focus
on
is to win a championship, not only for himself, but for the entire Stewart Haas organization, and go out on top.
Okay, time for you guys to give us your pick to win the Xfinity Series championship. DJ, we'll start with you. Yeah, I'm going with the guy that I don't think anybody thinks can really win this thing, but I believe that he can, and that's Austin Hill in the 21. He's got the best pit crew on pit road here tonight. He knows how to get the job done. If they can get him out up front late in this race, there's no doubt in my mind that
I've got a couple more I'm going to ask you, but I'm just they're making their championship picks for tonight, so I'm just trying to see what they.
This would mean the most to.
I know I'm being long-winded here as well, so I apologize.
No, you're fine with that. It's just I'm trying to see so I.
Even though he's starting in the back, Brad, you're going to stick.
Because I think you pretty much know my last 2 questions I'm going to ask here, but.
Okay, I'm going with Justin Allgaier. I've said it this way 6 different times and picked him to win the championship. This is the 7th time. I'm not abandoning that horse. I'm going to ride that horse until he wins the championship.
And they're making their pick, so I'm going to ask
for tonight's pre-race
for tonight.
NASCAR Championship Saturday.
Who do you think wins the championship tonight?
All right, my joke pick is whichever fan is sitting in section 14, row FC8, or row H.
Felt embarrassing.
That's my joke pick. Because it's what?
I asked my doctor about treating my
Hill,
and learned about
Custer, and who's the fourth one again?
Allmendinger.
Clinically proven to treat TD, quickly reducing TD by
it's Dinger, Custer, Allgaier, and Hill.
One pill once daily, and you can keep taking most mental health meds. Ingrezza can cause depression, suicidal thoughts, or actions in patients with Huntington's disease.
Who do I
Call your
think
doctor
will win the
if you become
championship?
depressed, have sudden behavior or mood
Honestly,
changes, or
I can't make that
thoughts.
call
Don't take
until it
Ingrezza
comes
if allergic.
down to
Serious side effects may include allergic
late in
reactions
the
like
race,
sudden,
see
potentially
who's
fatal swelling and
near the
hives,
front.
sleepiness, the most common side effects.
But then again, also last year I also called Brian Blaney winning the championship, and look how that turned out.
Report fever, stiff muscles, or problems thinking, as these might be life-threatening.
So,
shaking, stiffness, drooling, and trouble with moving or balance may occur.
If I had to take a gander,
doctor about Ingrezza.
I'm gonna have to go with Hill because I believe he's starting
Still
on
using
pole,
a poorly built shop chair? Aren't you tired of the discomfort
I'm not sure
and
the
back
starting
pain?
order
The
myself.
days of awful chairs are over. Meet the
I'm not sure the starting order,
America's
so.
#1 rated shop chair.
Based on
Made
what
right
it
here
looks
in
like,
the USA.
I think
The
Hill is
Viper
starting
chair
on pole, so
glides
I'm going
over
to
any
assume he's going
surface
to be
with large industrial-grade casters. Alleviate your lower back
near
pain
the
with
front,
a
obviously,
perfectly
so
angled backrest. And sit
unless Hill
comfortably
has
for
an issue,
hours
gets mired
with a
back in
thick,
traffic, I
durable
think
seat.
he's gonna
The
lose.
sturdy metal base provides stability and prevents tipping.
As much
Trusted by the best.
really like
Viper
Hill.
chairs are designed
Don't
for
worry, you're
every
not the
job.
only one.
Automotive, detailing,
Hey, you're not
or
the only one
anything
who really
else you
cares for
love to
Hill,
do in the
so.
garage. So stop
But of
wasting your
course,
money
you know,
buying cheap
the racing
shop
gods
tools
don't care
and
about
get
your
yourself a
personal
Viper chair.
About a driver.
Handcrafted right here in America.
I mean, just look at
Shop ViperIndustrial.com today and get free shipping on your
Alex
order.
Bowman
Try your chair for 30 days, and
earlier
if you
this
don't
year
love
after
it, we'll give you
Roll.
105% of your money back. Shop
No, I was
ViperIndustrial.com.
just curious
That's
again. All right, and now
VIPERIndustrial.com.
I know you're gonna probably give me a joke answer to it
for
at
the
the same time.
Present. Head to the perfect place.
Who wins Sunday? Who wins the cup title?
As well as a room.
Elton Sawyer.
It's easy to find the brands they'll love and the
Surprised you didn't say Steve Phelps.
That place isn't a warehouse store. That place is your local
Or Ben Kennedy.
Around the block. What you need in stock.
No, Ben Kennedy won last
time. Guaranteed. This Christmas, get free assembly.
As did everybody who didn't watch the truck race. Although, to be fair, the truck race was on this shit show, though. Maybe Ben Kennedy did actually.
No margin of error. They rip across the start-finish line.
But
moments
that thrill. No, but for my actual pick for tomorrow,
and the memories that last. Ryan Blaney is a NASCAR Cup Series champion.
Only one place has it all.
I hate to say it, but it's going to come down to either Blaney or Logano. And I'm leaning more Logano as much as I don't like Logano.
They come to the line.
Your NASCAR.
Okay.
Who I'm hoping wins
go to NASCAR.com/shop.
Boy, some sad news for the NASCAR family coming out this afternoon. Bobby Allison passed away, surrounded by his family at home.
And
he was the 1983 Cup Series champion, 85 career wins, fourth all-time, the 2011 NASCAR Hall of Fame
I'm hoping
class,
Reddick
the
is
second
first or
class,
second.
a
Blaney is either
three-time
first
Daytona
or second.
500 champion,
Logano is
an
third.
original
Logano,
member
I'm pretty sure would
of the
either
Alabama
first,
gang.
second,
We're certainly thinking of his brother
first,
Donnie,
second.
his daughters Carrie and Bonnie as well. Kyle, you obviously were very close to this family.
But I am leaning Logano.
Yeah, you know, listen,
despite my misgivings about Logano, I'm leaning towards him.
And Bobby Allison was a hero.
Champion.
Donnie Allison, David Pearson, all these guys that I grew up with watching. And gritty,
yeah, they're going through
anything, anywhere, anytime.
mentioning Bobby right now.
Station wagon. He would run the Paul Revere race, which was a midnight race they ran in July.
All right, so I'm gonna
race and then wake up the next day.
I'm gonna let you bring you back to those guys. Once you head back to those guys, just let them know. I may wait. Sounds like they're gonna do the opening ceremony, so I may wait till they bring somebody else in here.
He lost two sons, Clifford and David. But the sport meant everything to him. Driving a race car meant everything to him. And it's a huge hope. So glad
I am
that
a firm
NASCAR,
believer
Jim France
of
and
the
Mike Helton
even year
acknowledged that 85th win here at the end
Oh,
of
you
his
mean
life.
the
And
even
he
year
could pass
straight?
away
You
peacefully.
want to look at it the
If
other
you ever
way.
wanted to know
it's
what
a
a
curse.
picture would look like, beside the words tough
who it's
competitor,
cursed for,
Bobby Allison's picture would be right there.
Whether
Toughest
that's
competitor,
fans
but one of the
or
nicest
Logano.
people you'd ever want to meet, and
Yeah,
glad to
that's
help
up to
you
your
at
interpretation.
any point in
That's
time.
a curse,
Huge
by the way.
loss. Just glad to say that I knew him and raced against him.
Exactly.
Yeah, certainly thinking about the entire.
So I'll send you back there. Just let everybody know what I just said. Here, where they go to the pre-race. So.
Of course.
Please rise as you are able. Remove your hats, and veterans render a hand salute as the Tombstone High School Junior ROTC Color Guard presents our nation's colors. And before our invocation, we have some news to share. Bobby Allison, NASCAR Hall of Fame member and one of NASCAR's 75 greatest drivers, has passed away peacefully at his home at the age of 86. Bobby was the 1983 Cup Series champion and a three-time Daytona 500 winner. Please join us in a moment of silence. Here to offer tonight's invocation, please welcome from St. Clair of Assisi Roman Catholic Church, Father Greg Menegay.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, Almighty God, we give you thanks for this beautiful evening, the opportunity to enjoy the sport of NASCAR. We pray for a safe and healthy competition. Bless the drivers and their teams, bless all of us, and bless our beautiful country. We make this prayer through Christ our Lord. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Here to perform our national anthem, under the direction of Tucker Rother and Assistant Director James Hutchins, please welcome Queen Creek High School Marching Band.
Alright, well, I'll pull somebody else in here. Once we get the cars rolling is when I'll put the prediction up for basically the championship for the Xfinity Series.
When you live
the only
with
prediction I'm going to do tonight.
Progress is having your coffee like you like it, without an audience.
I think I will pull in the newest member of the Discord. I know him from other.
The Freestyle Libre 3 Plus sensor tracks
I basically know him from other leagues.
So everyone else doesn't have to.
But he's the newest member of our Discord.
Confident choices for more control.
I'm curious to hear his thoughts, because I haven't heard. Again, he just really joined my Discord recently, so. I'm interested to hear his thoughts.
That small thing that keeps
I continue to do my little Discord
habit we
calls
never
here.
skip to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
So I'll bring my next one in here. JD, I'm sure he can hear me right now, but I'll have to give him permission to speak. But
drown out that self-doubt.
he's the newest member, so I'm going to bring him in here, and I hope he doesn't mind if I just call him JD while we're on the stream here, but
discover the resources that
bring him in and ask his thoughts on things. So JD, let me unmute you here, and yeah, say hi to the stream.
Is the first network to project with our partners Decision Desk HQ that Donald Trump will be the 47th
things first,
president of the United States. No one has been close to News Nation. This is the biggest call of the night.
News Nation
first things first, your thoughts on the season so far to this point.
The DraftKings Casino app. It's got something for everyone. Like
What'd
tons
you
of
say?
slots. Winner, early bird dinner.
I'm kind of talking as a whole.
Double down. Even DraftKings Casino exclusives. Hard.
Certainly been chaotic.
Plus jackpots on all your favorite games. Hot dog. Look at who just hit the bill.
New
customers play $5 to get 50 in casino.
Every other weekend you get a banger, and it's the reason why I still watch the sport, honestly.
Big enough for the four of us. Well, I see 4 chairs. Because it's true. That's cool.
What would you say
what if you had to do your job?
Since you pretty much watch most of the Xfinity, you've watched the whole Xfinity season this year. Me, I've really only watched like one other race other than what I'm going to watch tonight. But what would you say has been the defining moment of the Xfinity series this year?
So when you drive through work zones, don't tailgate. Pay attention. And slow down.
There's just so many amazing finishes that there's been. You got the
because everyone deserves to stay safe at work.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal, come have a taste of Wisconsin.
America's Dairyland, as in real dairy.
Martinsville just had a fight. I'd have to say probably the defining moment is probably the entire existence of SVG. It's been so unbelievably fun to watch, especially on the road courses. The way that he is, the way that he celebrates is unlike any other. The whole lap burnout, kicking a ball into the stands for a fan, and seeing his progression through the entire season as well. He went from not really knowing what he was doing in super speedways to now actually pretty decent.
New episode Wednesday at 9/8 Central.
He's genuinely been a most popular driver caliber driver this entire year. It sucks that he's not in Championship 4, but man, it's gonna be a little bit painful when he leaves this series, because he has progressed to an extent that's just chef's kiss.
So, as you mentioned about SVG, are you going to follow him when he moves to the Cup Series next year and kind of keep with him?
Oh, absolutely. He's going to be driving the 88. I'm a big deal junior fan, so if I don't follow him as he moves to the Cup Series, I think that'd be a little bit sacrilegious.
Yeah, I agree with you. SVG has definitely been it's what we need to see. We need this influx of drivers with personalities that people can latch on to. SVG is definitely one of those guys that's definitely established himself as somebody that people that people can collect and with each other. So it'll be awesome. I'm definitely going to watch him next year and definitely see how he does, and I think it's going to be awesome to watch him. All right, so
he's got nothing to lose.
And there's really just 2 questions I'm going to ask of everybody in here when I bring him in here. So I'll add, so far tonight, since you've watched much of the season this year, give me a minute, second here. Thanks for the sub, King. Thank you for the resub anyway, the tier 1. Who are you picking to win the Xfinity title tonight of the 4. Who's your choice?
To make that happen. So these
I'm going to go with Justin Allgaier. I think he finally gets it done. I don't think Austin Hill's got enough pace on short tracks, so that's why I think he loses. And then feel like for better or for worse,
yeah, listen, I can't wait till this thing's over with.
done himself
I hear the comments from pit road or see the punches on pit road.
And from there, it's going to come down to Allgaier versus AJ.
Saturday for the
Allgaier's
Xfinity
just
Series.
too good at this racetrack. If the racing gods can just leave Justin alone, he's got it.
This is the moment you have all been waiting for.
I'll give a second before I ask this last one because they're doing the command. So.
Reward members Darlene McBride and Tiffany Gibson. Phoenix, are you ready? Hi, I'm Tiffany. It's Bird. Hi, I'm Darlene from Philadelphia. Phoenix, make some noise. Drivers, start your engine.
Oh, he's got some energy there. Alright, so the last question I'm going to ask before I send you back to the commoners. I know they're saying commoners in the chat, the ones that are in the actual VC chat, but the other one I'm going to ask is the big one. Who wins the Cup title tomorrow? Or who do you think wins the Cup title tomorrow? Or who are you picking to win the Cup title tomorrow, is what I'm saying.
Who I'm picking to win.
Well, you can get both. You can say who you think's going to win it, or you can also pick who you want to win the Cup title.
Ingrezza is clinically proven to treat
Who I want to win is Red.
by greater than 5 times at 2 weeks. Number 1
2311 versus NASCAR stuff going on. It would be a chef's kiss if Tyler Reddick could get it done. I don't know if he will, though. Who I think is going to get it done. I think Blaney's going to go back-to-back. There's been a lot of similarities in this round of 8 as there was last season. I mean, he got the same win that he did last year. So, I think my pick would be him, especially since he also qualified similar to how he did last year. So, who I think, though, I think it might end up going to Byron. I feel like NASCAR might be getting exactly what they want this time around. Hendrick driver getting it done, especially with the whole chaos of Martinsville. You know, I feel like this time around they're finally going to get, finally going to see a Hendrick driver get it done.
Welcome to DraftKings Casino, the home of blackjack. Get in on the thrill of the hit, the split, the double down. Enjoy the largest library of blackjack games online at your fingertips.
Well, we'll see. I know that you know, there's all the controversy that came out at the end of Martinsville. That
download the DraftKings Casino app and take advantage of this great offer.
I don't want to say cloud, but there's definitely going to be that scrutiny on the 24 this weekend. But that, you know, may end up working out for him. We'll see. But yeah, I'm going to let you go. I'll pull the next guy in here that wants to talk.
And low prices that add up to big savings.
Thank you for having
me. Like over $600 in digital coupons each
nice.
week.
I love that you joined, though. I know I've seen you involved with the other offline leagues.
So you can get big flavors
name of
and
one
big
big other offline one, but it's nice to have you join my Discord. And I hope you hang around more, you know?
Your adventure starts at Honda Subaru in Ferndale with a safe, dependable new Outback. Or travel with the family in a new Forest.
I'll get ready to pull in the next guy I want to pull in.
Receive 2.9% financing for up to 72 months.
Here. And we'll always give you more for your
I know I'm wanting to save the one for last because I know he's going to have a lot to say. And he's one of my
north of 8 in Ferndale.
Yeah, Nato, the last guy to win back-to-back was Johnson.
When you first tasted our
when he won 5 in a row from 06 to 2010, he was the last one to win back-to-back.
Maybe that cayenne blend made you cry a little.
In the Cup Series,
well,
at
now,
least.
You can happy cry on your way to McDonald's. Because
you know what, we'll pull in...
they're back.
Pull in this guy.
Spicy chicken McNuggets. They're back.
Yeah, we'll pull in him next. I just gotta find my office chat here.
Right neighborhood.
So this one is another one of my mods on the Discord.
Weekdays starting at 5 on CW Detroit 50.
He's been here for a lot of stuff and hung around with us. I don't know if I don't think I pulled him in last year for this, but I'll pull him in this year. So please welcome. You'll see him sometimes in the chat. I refer to him as Ellison, so he's in here, and I will unmute him. Welcome, Ellison, to the stream.
Hello, hello.
So the first question I'm going to ask is, and I'm kind of trying to keep same with the questions I ask, but your thoughts on the NASCAR season as a whole this year?
Across the whole thing, or just
across the board? Now, I know obviously people have one series they watch more than others or paid attention to more than others. So I'm saying as a whole, across the board, your thoughts.
Well, overall, it's actually been pretty good. I mean, yeah, the off and on controversy notwithstanding, but I feel like it's been really good overall.
I know you're the, and I know my chat's feelings of this stuff goes, but you're one of my buddies, so I'll bring this a point. Ellison is a Chase Elliott fan. So I want to ask you, because I think I brought you in and asked you last year, but I'll ask you for this year. You know, last year Chase had the injury, was out for much of the year, wasn't really a factor. This year, he comes back, has some great consistency, wins at Texas, was challenging for the championship for up until last week at Martinsville. Your thoughts on, do you think that he did what he had to do coming into this year after going through the injury in 2023 and missing out on the playoffs and missing out on much of the year? Are you satisfied with how this year went for him?
Well, considering how last year went, I'm definitely satisfied with how he's done. I mean, I would love to have more wins, but can't have what you want all the time.
The age of these drivers is the
now, you are one like myself that's followed much of the Cup Series this season and a lot, some of the other races as well. For you, what has been your favorite moment of this season? It doesn't necessarily have to be Cup Series related or Xfinity related. Just what's been your favorite moment from this year?
Well, my favorite moment for this year, I'd have to say, would definitely have to be all the close finishes we've had in every series. There's been quite a few of them this year.
They know the wrecked race cars. They know the injuries. They know the bad races. That has helped build.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a number of them. We did obviously the first race at Atlanta for the Cup Series, Kansas, Texas for the Xfinity Series. So we've had our fair share of fun finishes this year.
Yeah, Brian Seed would like to forget about that Texas one a little bit.
Bad by that much, you know.
Yes.
Obviously, and the reason I'll point this one to you because you're the Hendrick guy. I know you're the Hendrick guy. So I'm going to ask you this. All the controversy made last week at Martinsville, Chevy possibly getting it to where Byron can get in. If you're the 24 team, how do you put that behind you and put yourself, give yourself the best shot to win the title tomorrow?
Well, at this point, I think what it'd be like a lot of other situations, like say the team has a fight with another team and driver the previous week. Especially if NASCAR says enough. In a way they kind of have in this situation. I would say you just put your mind to what's the task at hand. Don't let the controversy of the previous week hinder you. And just focus. Be like a racehorse with blinders and just keep focused on the track ahead of you. Be mindful of your competition, playoffs and non-playoffs alike, and just do what you have to do.
Alright, Ellison, so I have two more questions I'm going to ask you, and I think you probably could assume the two if it hasn't been discussed already in there, but... Alright, who wins the Xfinity title tonight? Who you got?
It's It's kind of like how it was last night in trucks, except instead of anyone but Heim, it's anyone but Hill.
Yeah, there seems to be a kind of a trend of those that don't really like Hill, although I did have JD just in here that he thought Hill was going to get it.
Appreciate all of you.
Love
you guys.
So that's that, and now obviously the big one.
Okay,
who
so
in your, and again, you can either say, you can do it too, you can do who you want to win or who you think's going to win, but who gets it done tomorrow?
Well, I don't know if someone wants to win it more. It's you know, I think they all are exceptionally hungry, but I love
you said it. I'm a Hendrick guy. I want Byron to do it, but if Byron can't, given the ongoing litigation with the lawsuit between 2011 and front row with NASCAR, I think it'd be a big funny thing if Reddick wins it.
I'm going to take the guy who's here for the first time, Austin Hill.
I think it's funny is that I've seen more about that. They have people saying that they want Reddick to win because they know that with the whole lawsuit that's going on, it would be something if he could win the title and kind of big debt. 23XI took that big finger at NASCAR, like, hey, we won the title.
Yeah, it'd be funny because if next year they try to say, hey, we can't look at the 45 on TV as much, but kind of hard to ignore the champion.
Fighting for his first title.
That's true.
Is in his first championship.
All right, so I'm going to let you go. I'm going to go pull somebody else. Not sure yet who I'm going to pull. I know there's only a couple that are actually in the DC right now.
I guarantee you they're taking bets as to who's next.
Well, I'm trying to decide as I go because well, you can say this because you can let those guys know down there. I'm going to pull him one last because I know Hamill's going to be a ball of fun, and I kind of want to save him as the last one. But
Xfinity Rewards members, the command was actually given by Darlene McBride and Tiffany Gibson,
this was fun.
And there's
Allison, it's been nice to have you hanging out. I love that you're a mod of the Discord as well. So I'm going to like to hang out with us, and I hope you enjoy tonight, tomorrow. We'll, of course, obviously have fun here in the off-season.
Yeah.
So, I'll move you back up there and pull the next one in.
Off we go.
I'm going to wait a second, guys, before I pull the next one in, so that way we can... We'll get a couple laps green here, and then I'll pull my next guy in here, who is actually an active service member. He's in the Army. So we'll pull him in next.
Now, when they drop that green flag, just go do your job.
Give me a lap, Rick. If I'm a crew chief, I'm still a little
but
nervous. 5 wide here when we see
we'll give us a couple laps in here before we do that.
Then I'll probably settle in.
All right, 2 by 2, they come out of turn 4, and the championship race is underway from Phoenix.
Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute up on my Discord, and I'll put the stream up on my Discord, so if anybody that's on the Discord wants to see the race, you can see it from there as well.
You don't have to worry about points at all. If you're one of the championship 4, all you have to worry about is your competitors. As long as you finish in front of the other 3, you win the championship tonight.
A lot of dicing going on here early.
Austin Hill had trouble off of turn 2. See Jesse Love in that blue, red, and white car trying to get
we're going to make the first lap clean.
Riding along with that Goodyear onboard on Cole Custer's car, and he is way down in that dog leg. We're going to see him cut the dog leg all
I believe Hill leads as they run.
Cole Custer in the 00 was
of the championship 4.
Jesse Little.
And it's awkward for the non-playoff drivers. We talk about the 4 that have the championship on the line. Well,
I've heard that. I did see the post he made earlier, Flavor, about this possibly being Allen's last race. Now, I'm one that didn't like Allen in the Cup booth. I think he was so much better when he was with the Cup, with the Truck Series booth, especially when the trucks were on speed. But it'd be sad to see him go if this is his last call
today. Have an opportunity for a championship. I mentioned Jesse Love in the 2 was on the outside of what we saw of Cole Custer.
I'm gonna get settled in here and get like the first couple laps in, and then we'll pull the, like I said, pull the next one in.
Justin Allgaier in the 7 had to start in the back in a backup car, as we heard Marty report earlier. This car ran at Las Vegas. It had some laps on it, but nothing is as good as your primary, right? That's the one you expected.
And also, if you join the Discord, join the VC, I don't pull you in tonight, don't worry. I'm planning on doing more of this before the Cup race tomorrow, so
there are going to
we'll
be
doing
quite a few
there's some big kind of pre-race, I guess, planned. So we'll do these like Discord calls before we actually go racing. So don't be worried if you don't get called in tonight during the Xfinity race.
A little bit of a mind shift, and this is where I believe experience matters. Normally these guys
pull
are
the next guy in
points,
here.
Right? Tonight,
now this next guy, as I said, is an active service member, so you can thank him for his service in chat. This is Cody, and he is he's also a huge New Orleans Saints fan, which don't worry, we troll him about that every once in a while. And
easier said than done.
I'm gonna bring him in here. He's in here now. I'll mute you in a second here, Cody, but just introducing the chat to you. So welcome, Mr. Go For Us. Cody, please, you're free to speak.
Fight for the lead as Riley Herbst looks to the inside of Sheldon Creed.
I've kind of been asked to try to vary my questions at the same time, kind of keep some of the same that I asked everybody as I bring them in here. So I'll start off with kind of the basic one here, and that is your thoughts on the NASCAR season as a whole.
Factory team, which is a little bit different ownership structure, same building, but truly a new team. Different employees, some stayed, some have left as the battle continues between Creed and Herbst.
Yeah, and Creed's going to be one of those drivers
obviously,
that will drive for the Haas factory team next year.
I've been impressed with how SVG has
under attack from a driver. Two drivers, actually. We don't know what their plans are for next year. We've heard rumors, but we don't know.
Yeah, Chandler Smith in the 81.
What would you say has been your favorite moment of the season? Not just necessarily Cup related, but NASCAR. What has been your favorite moment this season?
Might be doing construction. He threw that out there as a
quite
possibility.
A few moments. I mean,
Such
going
a
to the
talented race car
going to
driver.
7,500 this year was cool. Being at the 600. Honestly,
really
my personal favorite though was watching SVG win.
We see Creed running a little bit higher line here, and that opens door for Riley Herbst.
Series. That was cool.
This is what makes
seeing
this
the
1 mile
full
track so much fun.
burnout.
The crown champions on.
That was
down
impressive.
Here in 3 and 4, the banked end of the racetrack. You can see the 98's a little bit
better.
Now turns underneath the 18.
I kind of made mention to the chat. You heard me in my little intro that I did for you that you are a military member, and as such you were able to attend the two 600s this year, or the two, was it this year or last year 600?
This year and last year.
Yeah, this year and last year 600. What would you say has been the best thing you've been able to experience while serving? What has been your favorite experience?
They both try to get by that 45 of Stephen
earlier
Parsons.
last year,
We've seen a couple laps out of Allgaier here in this race in the backup. What are they talking about?
Already up to 18th, did you see on the bottom of your screen, Rick? And if you saw what happened yesterday to Justin Allgaier in practice, you saw the emotion that Allgaier was displaying. He was very upset that they got in that wreck, and this was him talking to Jim Pullman, his crew chief. And in his words, he then got in a fight with the toolbox. Actually, it was a laptop, and there's that emotion.
Obviously, I'll flip back to the racing side now of things, but last week all the controversy at Martinsville. Obviously, Blaney ended up winning the race, locked himself in, but then the controversy as far as the teams possibly trying to help each other out. Where do you stand on the idea of teams or manufacturers trying to help each other out? Are you somebody that thinks that you don't really have, you're really kind of different on it? Is it something that you want to see less of, or is it something you think NASCAR has to start clamping down on?
Oh, my heart broke because I absolutely felt it. And Dale Jr. and I were
always
thought
that
for the first time. We sat on the pole for the Daytona 500. My dream was to win that Daytona 500 for Dale
help
Jr.
each other out.
And yet here we are, wrecked in practice just a couple hours later. So I understand what it's like when you put everything forward into one effort. But we saw from both the 7 of Allgaier and the 20 of Gibbs preparation, Jeff. They unloaded their backups, and in just 20 or 30 minutes, had them on the racetrack.
He's done a great job of.
I feel like
having a bad situation, but being prepared to come bring the fight and win a championship.
Do it now.
Allgaier continues on the move. He's going to try to get by SVG, but it's Riley Herbst that's out front here in the desert.
So now I move forward.
Hey, Jake from State
Yeah, I
Farm.
think I'm sure you guys have been discussing it, but the two questions, the two big questions, at least one for tonight and obviously tomorrow, but the one for tonight. Who you got winning the Xfinity title? Now you can say who you think, or who is going to get it, or you can do a mixture of both, or however you want to word it. But I ask you, who you think's going to win the title tonight?
Say you're looking for the perfect present.
Based off the previous
Head to the perfect place.
Back in the spring,
A place with gifts that light up a
I
face
have
as
Justin
well as a
Allgaier
room.
coming from the back of the field.
Where
I
it's
think he's
easy to
gonna
find the brands they'll
walk
love
off this
and the
championship,
advice you
walk
trust.
it off and win the
That
championship.
place isn't a warehouse
I think
store.
Allgaier wins
That place is your local Ace.
and wins the title.
Around the block. What you need in
Nice.
stock. With service so good
And then,
it's
of course,
guaranteed. This Christmas,
the
get
big
free
question,
assembly and delivery on your new
who wins
Grill at Ace.
tomorrow? Who takes it?
Now see, I remember I think the other day I said Blaney Logano. I want to see Byron bring the 24 back into the championship. This playoff season, for another championship. But you can't go wrong with the team that's dominated the next gen championship.
First thing you think of when you see a
Between
pickup
Logano,
truck?
Blaney, honestly, I think Blaney is the better driver this year. So I'm gonna go with your boy. I'm gonna go with Ryan Blaney.
We're looking for you.
Well, I thank you for joining the Blaney family, at least for the weekend. The Blaney clan, at least for the weekend. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys. The chances are what I'm going to do, Cody, is I'll throw my Discord profile into the Motorsports React chat so you guys can watch the race. I know nobody's streaming it,
My
so
favorites.
I'll throw it in there so you guys can watch it live stream.
Get
And I'll
Xfinity
talk to you guys
Screen
after
Saver
the
with Netflix,
stream.
Apple
But
TV Plus,
I'll throw you
and
back in
Peacock
there.
included for only $15
I'm sure you can already
a month.
assume what I'm doing. I'm going to bring Hamill in here last, but.
Has been keeping us a secret his
And
whole
then
life.
what I'll do tomorrow is I'll try to get the guys tomorrow that try to get some new players tomorrow instead of doing my usual guys, because obviously you guys have been here, we've discussed before. So
Normal. You're good. You're good. I figured we were all saying him.
The NASCAR Xfinity Series.
but I know you're still going through stuff, your stuff in the Army, but I'll still say it, Cody. Thank you for your service. And I think I may have said it before as well, but thank you for what you do, and I'm glad. Hope you continue to be a part of the Discord and hang out with us and have fun with us and everything else.
For that third
I
spot,
appreciate it. Thank you for having me. It's been
chased
a
by
lot of
Austin
fun.
Hill, and then William
Yep,
Sawalich.
and I'll move you back with the others, and we'll pull the next one
pole
in.
position all the way back to the 5th position is right along with the Bennett on board of Austin Hill.
Go.
Yeah, the highest of the championship
Let me
four. I know, Rick, it's
see.
been well documented. You don't have to win the race to win the championship. Just be the highest of the four. But I think your mentality
There's
is
two
to win the
more.
race. I think you need to assume it's a win. So you take someone like Austin
Yeah,
Hill.
I'll
He's
do it.
currently not as fast as Creed or Smith or Herbst. So with this many laps to go in the race, 180 laps to go, I think
going on with
you know,
Brock?
your
Otherwise they pull
focus
him
needs
in
to be
here.
win. It doesn't take
Meanwhile,
a win.
Herbst's
but
leading.
Jeff,
Looks
as
like
soon as you
he'll
start thinking, you know,
still
prevent defense and just be okay.
a couple
How
ahead
do you know
of
okay is gonna be good
Custer.
enough? Well, that's right. But remember Austin's
Yeah,
plan.
I think I'll bring him.
Just
I'll
keep
bring
me
him
in
Port
position,
next.
and I will take it from
And
these
him
guys.
will be my
So I
last
think
one, so then I can just
far,
focus
a good
on the
start to
race.
for Austin Hill. And this, I've been impressed with this team. They have been
This
better
guy
in
is.
the playoffs. at
He's like
tracks
me.
that
He's a fellow
typically have to
Michigander.
beat on, and it's already started
Big
to
Alex Bowman
a good
fan.
start to this race.
And actually, he's the
Austin Hill,
youngest member
anytime
of our
we ever
Discord,
go
so
to a drafting
this
track,
should be interesting
you
to
look
hear
at
his
Austin Hill,
thoughts
you think, okay, this
versus
guy for sure the favorite here. But
versus
a
some of the
racetrack
other
like
opinions
Phoenix,
we've had already,
you
as
never
we're
know.
almost halfway through the stage.
Phoenix has not been the greatest track.
Support, you're here. I'll let me unmute you.
This team, they have tried to work on their
And
short track
here we
in
go.
general to learn things and feel like they
Welcome to
have
the stream, Port. Of course, people have heard your voice if they've watched my league streams, the 15 streams. And obviously you were part of our truck viewing last night, so. But I'll start by asking the basic question first, which is thoughts on the NASCAR season as a whole for this season.
Are we talking
Just NASCAR as a whole this season.
Like just all around, it's been pretty good.
I mean, there have been some low points. And
that's Austin Hill's teammate right now in front of Cole Custer. Cole's car is just a little bit tight at the initial part of this race, Marty.
So far, plus 12 for A.J. Allmendinger. Actually, now plus 11 because Sammy Smith goes around him. A.J. Allmendinger saying on the radio, I just do not have the grip that some of these other cars have. He was able to gain some spots to get up and was trying to
I talked with, when I brought Ellison in here, I talked about the fact that him being a Chase Elliott fan and having what his thoughts of this season versus, last year when Chase had the injury. I bring you in as an Alex Bowman fan, and obviously Bowman had his issues in 2023, and looking at 2024 as a whole, and I'll ask you, are you satisfied with the way his 2024 season versus last year? Are you satisfied with the way it went? Did you want more? Do you think they could have had more?
If I'm looking at just at the comparison
when I visited with this team
24 was a
they were confident, but also
we actually got a win,
with
and
this
we were
backup car.
competitive.
I felt better
The
about
only
it than they
problem
did. We watched
is
practice, and I'm like, your car's
I
pretty good,
don't
isn't it?
like
We don't know.
how
There was a lot
our
of
playoff
apprehension,
run
but
ended.
so far, I
But
don't know that they could have a better start to this race. I think it's everything that they needed.
I'll expand upon that. Obviously,
he's getting a great understanding of what this car
this is more for Chad. Obviously, we've discussed this, but obviously the 48 team following the race at the Roval, the car was found to be too low. The team was basically DQ'd, lost their chance at the round of 8 or at the top 8, and honestly, I do feel bad for you guys. I hate that that's the way the run ended. When Alex has definitely picked it up this year. I mean, he definitely has been one of the more consistent guys, especially once the playoffs started. And I'll be honest, I had him at one point, I think, as an underdog shot to compete for the title this year once they got to the chase. But
I'm going to be completely honest, I did not expect Bowman to get
seeing that 0-0-2 cars up, I think, is a mental goal. And if you're the 0-0, right, the 0-0, and you see the 7 coming, and you see it go by,
hope,
that could incite a little bit of panic.
I expected
so we talked a lot about it. And yesterday in practice, 3 laps in, there was fluid put down on the racetrack by the 44 car.
I mean, the hell,
nobody behind him knew it happened, and so in comes.
So, as a Bowman fan, what would be your expectations going into the next year?
Had to have extensive work done on the cars.
I definitely expect us to get at least another win and back to the playoffs.
Justin Allgaier thought was the best race car they had ever
I know that there's been
Phoenix.
a lot of
but I'm telling you right now, you look at this, he's running 9th already after starting at the very back of the field. Very impressive start to this race for Allgaier. Here and there might be some issues, Kim, with the 21.
Austin came on the radio and said the water gauge is pegged. Now, this is an issue they had yesterday at the very end of practice. As he pulled into the garage, he reported that the water temperature gauge was pegged then too. They looked into it. It was not an actual issue. It was more of a malfunction on the gauge.
Alright, so now I'm going to ask, because I'm going to kind of keep it short so I can bring in, there's one more I want to bring in before I just focus on the rest of the race. Because the chat's asking me questions too, and I want to make sure I get to answer some of their questions. Choice to win tonight. Who do you think takes the Xfinity title?
Who do I want to win, or who do I think is
whatever way you want to work it out or respond to the question, but the question is, who takes the title tonight?
I want my boy AJ Allmendinger on the face of Andy Street, but I will say, Jeff, as a crew chief,
this is distracting you here on the radio as a driver.
And Custer's going to go back to back?
Well, and also you can't trust it anymore, so just give me some tape and I'll cover it up. I don't want to see that light.
Could somebody disconnect the flashing red
light? What's funny is well, including myself, you're not the only one so far that I pulled in here that didn't care for Hill, so...
Also, screw Joey Logano.
This program is brought to you by
Not because he
Tableau
eliminated
TV.
Start watching TV for free with Tableau.
Switching to Tableau has really been a money saver.
Alright, well, then the other question I'm going to ask, which is the last one.
TableauTV.com.
Who wins the cup
Sometimes
title?
your work shirt
Used to be for more
I've
than
got
just
my
work.
money on. Well,
Like when it needs to be a big, soft shoulder
anyway,
to cry on.
I
Which is
think
why
it's
Downy
going
does more to make clothes softer, fresher, and better. Downy, breathe life into your laundry.
With 2311.
That's my team out there.
If our network goes down, lives are at stake.
Fair enough pick. Reddick has been regular season champion. Has obviously had a great season this year, so not a bad pick.
So we don't worry about getting through. And they're the most reliable 5G network in America.
Out here, reliability is
We'll see. I know it's going to be interesting what happens.
The #1 network choice in public safety.
It'll be fun tomorrow, and of course I'll be here, you know,
when I take the bike out like this,
for the whole thing. So I'll throw you back, and
can fix anything.
Yeah, tough day at work.
I'm going to try to see if I can get Brock maybe before I pull him in here,
I'm not even
but
thinking
we'll
about
see.
my painful cavity.
Alright, I'll see y'all tomorrow, stream.
And every time I get stressed about having to pay my bills,
Yeah, and also just remind those guys, I'll hop into Motorsport VC and I'll let it, so you guys can watch the stream.
Yeah.
But I'm going to stay deaf until the end of the race and my stream's over, so.
Yeah, and you're going to stay in here.
I didn't have to spend my life trying to find my calling.
Wait, no, I'm not. I'm going to go to the Motorsport VC and let it stream. And then once the race is over, I'll end the stream and then I'll undeaf, so we can discuss like we normally do.
So when you find your call, nothing can stop you from answering.
Alright, but I'll move you back, and I think I'll pull Brock in here since he's on mute. I'll pull Brock, and then I'll pull Hamill in here.
Cash allowance on the purchase of most 2025 Ram 1500 trucks. Don't miss Ram Power Days.
Yeah, it's a younger member. Youngest member, so
The championship race is at hand. 4 final contenders line up in the desert.
I knew I'm going to have to turn him up because I know Brock tends to talk very softly, so I'll pull him in here and then
boils down to a single day.
like I said, if you guys can't get in, I'll be doing pre-race tomorrow before the Cup race, so if you want to come in and give your thoughts like a Discord call, like I'm trying to do what Michael Moots used to do, where he did the Discord calls. So, if you want to give your thoughts, if you're in the stream tonight, you're going to be joining me tomorrow for the Cup stream. I'll be doing more calls then, so.
VIP experience at the 2025 NASCAR Xfinity Series opening weekend. Scan the QR
I'll pull in the next guy here.
CWSweeps.com now to enter. You're watching the NASCAR Xfinity Series Championship from Phoenix Raceway.
My boy here now.
Right now is Riley Hurt.
Brock is a guy that has been somebody I've really known for a long time, at least when it comes to Discord and offline stuff. And
water temperature and maybe even water pressure.
Yeah, probably the next two guys here, Brock, and then the next guy I'm going to bring in are the two that I've probably known the longest that are members of the Discord. And we'll get him and see what his thoughts are, Brock. So let me unmute you real quick.
Very disheartening, I'm sure, for Cole Custer.
And Brock, you can say hi to the stream. You're unmuted.
And now Allgaier has made his way.
Hello, everyone out there in Twitch land.
Shotgun on the field.
So I'm going to start by asking the basic question first, because I pretty much have asked everybody I pulled in here the same basic question to start with. But your thoughts on the NASCAR season as a whole, not just Xfinity, not just Cup, but as a whole, what's your prevailing thoughts on the season?
But I would caution this team.
Well, to tell you the truth,
this racetrack is going to change.
nothing really. I haven't really paid a whole lot of attention to it. I mean, I've listened to the races on the radio. I've watched a little bit on TV. But I don't think I've really watched enough to have an opinion on it.
Okay, that's fair enough. You know, I'm sure it's not just your thoughts. I'm sure there's other ones that have felt that way this year. So, so I ask you, you're one that's been here, that's hung out with us in the Discord and everything else. Of what you've been able to watch and what's been your favorite moment this year?
Steve, are we going to see 3 pit stops?
Well, I guess for me
teams, so
personally,
really 3 opportunities
even though he didn't make the playoffs, I mean, Chris Buescher winning at Watkins Glen.
As we see the 7-3 wide here, working by some lap traffic.
You know, because I consider Chris Buescher one of my favorite, probably one of my top 3 favorite drivers.
I like that they have that
and also because Michael McDowell getting was it 6 poles in total this season?
Yeah, definitely been Surprised this season to see McDowell do that.
Only 3 pit stops.
Yeah, and coming up what he even got the pole in the Daytona 500, didn't he?
Yes.
Pretty uneventful.
Oh, okay. I couldn't fully remember if he did, but yeah, those 6 poles was definitely impressive, especially considering he had never gotten a pole prior to this. Season.
Run him down. It's been uneventful for the 98, but here comes the 81.
We might have.
Puts the pressure on.
Hold on a minute before I ask you another question, Brock. We might have finish for the stage here. Just trying to get the Herps, but Herps will hang on. So anyway, I think I'll just wrap up with the 2 questions here, and then let you get back to those guys. But who you riding tonight? Who do you think is going to win the Xfinity title tonight?
Well, I can tell you who won't win it. It'll be Justin Allgaier, because I would say the last several seasons he's pretty much become the new Elliott Sadler. You know, he can win a lot of races, but yet in the end he just can't ever get the job done when it comes to the winning the championship.
Now, would you say you equate Allgaier is to the Xfinity Series what Denny Hamlin is to Cup as far as close but no cigar? You know, they're always the bridesmaid but never the bride.
Yeah.
Like I said, I can see that. So if that's the case, who would you say out of the other 3 is the favorite? Custer, Hill, or Dinger?
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today.
I would say probably Custer. Yeah, I could see him going back to back.
It's just like Custer actually trying to be the first back-to-back champion since Reddick in the Xfinity Series. Reddick was the last one to win back-to-back. So, and then my last question to you. I've asked everybody and got a couple of different answers, so who wins the Cup title?
The DraftKings Casino app. It's got something for everyone. Like tons of slots. Winner, early bird dinner. Table games. Double
I'm basically asking you, who do you think wins the Cup title?
Plus jackpots on all your favorite games. Hack dog.
Yeah, I think Custer will go back to back.
New customers
I mean, I'm asking for the Cup title, Brock. I already asked you for Xfinity.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Table ain't big enough for the fours. Well, I see 4 chairs. This is true. Let's go.
As much as I don't want it to be Joey Logano, I get the feeling he might end up winning the title.
Being seen
Penske looking to be undefeated in the next gen titles.
Cares for eyes more than pearls.
They got a 50-50 shot, so
Come have a taste of Wisconsin.
I could very easily see Joey being able to do it. Obviously, seems like he had the speed in qualifying. So, all right, Brock, I'm gonna let you get back there with those guys, and we'll talk to you. Talk to you later tonight after the race is over. We're still hanging around.
That really makes our hearts
All right.
From Wisconsin with love.
Get back in there, and
as children grow up,
there's only one more I want to pull in that's in there right now.
Choices that affect their future or determine their character.
I'll say this first and foremost. There's a reason I saved this guy for last.
Families can support their choices with a
I pretty much consider this guy my little brother. He's the little brother He's the little brother I never had.
It's a safe, secure way
but the fact that him and I almost share the same brain on certain things is hilarious. And personally, he is. I'm actually going to bring him in here, even though he's going to be muted, but so you can hear me praise him, which is pretty much what I'm going to do is praise him. But he is probably one of my favorite guys that is in the Discord. He is a mod in the Discord. He's a mod here in the Twitch chat. He's my boy. He's my ride or die. And I had to save him for last because he is such a personality, he is such a fun person. I love having him around. And since I built him up enough, now it's the time for me to have him on mute and see what he says about me. Chat, welcome Hamill. Hamill, chat.
All right, Grandpa. Let's talk. You called me Denny Hamlin. I heard that. Anywho, yeah. Now y'all can put a. Now you guys can put a voice to the many chat messages.
4 championship 4 contenders. When we talk about teams winning,
Hamill is well, he was born and raised in Montreal, so he's our neighbor from the north.
living in Florida now.
He lives in Florida now. He's, like I said, I was saying to Chat Hamill that basically you and Brock are the two that I probably know the longest that's in the VC, that's in my Discord, or in my Discord. So I said I wanted to save you for last, so I'm going to start by asking the first general question I kind of asked everybody tonight. Thoughts on the NASCAR season, everything as a whole this season?
Everything, well, I think it's been pretty good. I think it's probably been the best season of the decade up to this point. Because with 2020 and 2021, you still had the COVID stuff going on. 2022, you had the bullshit that was the first year next gen. 2023 seemed got off to a good start, but then fizzled out. But this year, as pound for pound across all three series, been probably the best season for NASCAR competition in about a decade. Give or take.
Nice. So I asked specific questions with Ellison and with Port, considering the fan cert driver. So you kind of probably knew I was going to ask you this, but at the same time, I want to ask it.
Which one are we bringing up? Kyle or Corey?
It's Kyle to bring up, but Kyle Busch this year, the streak, the story going into this weekend for him, the streak on the line, 19 consecutive seasons. He's never had a winless season in the Cup season. You being the Kyle Busch fan, I know this, and anybody that's been here, anybody that's been in the Discord, anybody that's seen the chat, the Twitch chat, you're the Busch guy.
Yep.
And then I wake up.
Are you?
And you have the stream every night?
How do you feel about the fact that the streak very well could end?
Only pay for what you
Listen, I feel down to this fate since about the halfway point of the season, Griffin. Listen, I'm not gonna cry because it's over. I'm gonna smile because it fucking happened. It's gonna be a very long time until we see someone get anywhere close to what Kyle's done since 2005.
Well, it's as I said, he's never had a winless season to this point. That's impressive. I mean, you look at the legends of the sport. You look at Johnson, you look at Gordon, you look at Earnhardt, you look at Petty. None of them could say that like Kyle could. None of them could say that that their career was winless through that period of time. It's an impressive streak, and if Kyle's career goes another 5-6 years, that's still an impressive mark. That's a mark that's probably never going to be touched. The only one I can see even get remotely close to that is maybe Larson, and Larson's had had that rough patch. So, 2020 was a rough season for Kyle. So, I mean...
Yeah, he only ran the first 4 races, I want to say. Oh, for Kyle Busch, apologies.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking Larson.
Oh, yeah, Larson.
But, yeah, Larson's the only one I can see maybe getting near Busch's streak, but it's so impressive that somebody can have that amount of years in a row where he's won a race. And now the follow-up question to that, do you think that's really gonna, do you really think if he goes winless this year that it's really gonna affect him as far as, does he consider leaving RCR? Does he, do you see them coming back strong next year? Do you see, what do you see coming about as a result of him possibly going winless this year?
You see, and I've been saying this for the longest time, you've heard me say it, if he buys out the contract from RCR, where the hell is he going to go? There is literally nowhere else he can go that will give him cars that are quick enough to maybe contend for wins. It's cut and dry.
Just a gorgeous facility. The fans come out in droves.
And with Kyle
to see
going winless, that's going to feed him.
The Choose now is brought to you.
He's going to come back hard next year.
Institute. You can learn how to turn your
okay, now I am going to. It's, I guess you could say, still somewhat of some somber note, but I know you're as much a racing fan as I am. We lost Bobby Allison today. The news broke just basically before I started the stream. I wanted to ask you because I asked at least one person I pulled in here. Favorite Bobby Allison moment?
You know, the basic answer would be the infamous fight where he went and helped Donnie. But no, I'm gonna go with when he won 500, finishing 1-2 with Davey.
That's the show right now.
You see, honestly, my response, I'll say it if I'm in here, is it stems more or less from the fight, but it's when Bobby would talk about the fight and how he would tell the story, and he would say with KO, he went to beating on my fist with his nose. And at the very follow-up line, every time he'd say it was, "That's my story, and I'm sticking to it."
Yep.
And he did. He stuck to that throughout from when it happened. Sadly, when he passed away, he always stuck to that story, and I absolutely love that he stuck to that. Okay, so now transition from the somber. We're about to start stage 2 here. Your pick to win the Xfinity title tonight.
Well, you see, I'm batting 1,000 on betting on champions this weekend, dude. Rand's only been one race, but as much as I want to say Justin Allgaier, I'm a proud Allgaier fan and have been for a long time. Give me that man who's battling for a lead right now for Riley Herbst.
Yeah, I was gonna say
out of
from the top,
not Virginia, Georgia. Apologies.
So the top 3 wide, he gets the lead. You know, Hammer, it's like when I bring you in here.
Shit gets crazy.
Shit gets crazy, and
about 2 or 3 rows back as well.
Well, Hamill, there's one more question I got to ask you, and I'm going to turn it back to the group. And then I pretty much, as I've told everybody, I'm sure they've told you, I'm going to hop into the motorsport. I'll stay deafened until the end of the stream, but I'll share it so you guys can watch the race. Who wins the Cup title?
You know my answer, dude. You know my answer. Been saying all season.
You've been riding that name basically since the season started. But go ahead and say it for chat.
It's November. Give me Joey Logano, sliced bread himself. He's gonna win the title for Roger Penske and bring home the money for me and Griffin.
You don't like it, but you just got to go back to work.
Yeah, it'd be they'd give Penske 3 straight under the next gen for the next gen title, 3 straight undefeated.
Jeff mentioned it's great first run, passed all those positions, but he got
we'll have to see. Tomorrow's gonna be fun. I know it's kind of trickled down the line probably in there, but I probably won't pull you guys in tomorrow unless we really don't get any takers for VC calls, and I'll probably just pull you guys in, just ask some other questions and stuff. So, but that's the plan. Chat, this is the guy that's been trying to keep you in line as one of the Twitch mods, so please thank him for being a part and
even though I
being a part of the being a part of the chat for the season. He's one of my favorite guys in here. And thank you for hanging around. Obviously, we'll have more fun in the off-season. PRA, which I stream on here. This is the guy responsible for that.
Yeah, blame me for hearing.
You don't have to win the race. If you're
about
running
every
the
25
seconds, you
seconds
just have to finish in front of the other 3.
So, Ham, I'll let you go. You go join the others, and I'll go hop in the Motorsport VC so you guys can watch the race off my thing. So,
He's already been up front for 45 of this one.
Take care. We'll talk to you after the race.
Excited to see the 98 pass the 00 after all the conversation from the Cup race.
And that's all I've got planned for chat tonight. Now, guys, you just have to deal with me. Now you're just gonna have to deal with me for the end of the Xfinity race.
I instantly see kind of message delivered. The 98 goes up, passes the 00.
It'll just be me. I know the predictions in, so pop into the Motorsport VC here.
Yeah, and you're always going to try to show respect. And those 2 guys have done a really good job of being teammates, working well together.
I'll put this.
And remember, the guys up front, that's Stewart Haas Racing, which they're closing their doors at the end of this race. So Tony Stewart, Gene Haas.
I haven't really watched much of the season, Sonic, as I was stating when I was talking with those guys.
But as of right now,
we
got an issue with the 45, the back completely
45. Oh, there's somebody else that just got a piece of it.
And the 14 also involved.
14.
So now Greg Van Aust has stopped up against.
From what I've
the
seen, it probably I would say
Steve,
the Texas
with 29
finish.
laps to go, you mentioned earlier that extra set of tires.
Again, I haven't really watched the Xfinity season.
No, I think at this point, you know, you run the first 2 stages very straightforward. Just stay on the racetrack.
As long as you can talk, John, and hear me, I mean, that's really all you need. That's all you really need to be able to do is hear me and for me to hear you.
Oh, and the 5 gets into the wall.
Hamill, you know. See if I can.
Oh, and then contact with Stefan.
I heart chat and I heart Hamill.
I don't know if he thought the 45 ran him into the wall. It was hard to tell from that angle.
I heart everybody in the micronation.
But definitely an odd spot to see contact.
Yeah, and certainly, and then behind.
Oh yeah, the 14.
Greg Van Aust in the 14 there.
Caught up.
Not sure how that happened.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Yeah, so that right there, I think NASCAR is going to take a look at. You know, certainly contact the 45 into the side of the 5 in the wall, and then, you know, coming down the racetrack to get in the right rear quarter panel of Stefan. NASCAR is probably going to take a look at that. They've been pretty, well, not pretty, they have been very strict on hooking someone in the right rear and causing a wreck, and they'll have to make a determination if that was intentional or not.
Some retaliation
that's a hard
there.
place to determine that, because you're turning left.
Not necessarily what you want to see, especially in the championship
that could have been
race.
just an accident.
Yeah, a little bit more of a violent transition when they go down through the dog leg. Safety crew immediately to 45 of Stefan Parsons, already out of that car. And again,
Like I said, if you're just joining the stream here, I did some Discord calls before.
Maybe a little contact with the wall there when they
I
go
did some Discord calls before.
From Alfredo into the 45 and into the wall he goes.
Kind of during the little pre-race stuff and up to the start of stage 2. So I'll probably do the same thing before the Cup race tomorrow during the pre-race.
And could be Peyronie's disease or PD.
Planning on joining me for the Cup race stream tomorrow.
Urologists can diagnose and have been treating for more than 8 years with Xiaflex.
Feel free to
the only FDA-approved non-surgical
jump in my Discord before
men with PD. Along with daily gentle penile
I
stretching and straightening
it.
exercises, Xiaflex has been proven to help gradually reduce
Right now, I'm
the
actually in the Motorsports VC, just streaming the race. If you want to see the race, I know it's hard with a lot of people with Xfinity. I literally took the free trial of YouTube TV just to be able to get the. I gotta remember to
do not have any sexual activity during and for at least 4 weeks after each treatment cycle.
And that
sudden back pain reactions and fainting can happen after treatment. Tell your doctor.
And that free trial or in that subscription after it's done. So.
Is increased. Join the tens of thousands of men who've been prescribed Xiaflex. Make an appointment.
Remember to cancel. Which Hamill, I know you. I normally ask you to do things for me. Just remind me. In VC once
takes on the sensational John Mateer and number 21 Washington State.
College football, look out for this guy.
CW Football Saturday, coming up next.
Welcome to DraftKings Casino, the home of blackjack. Get in on the thrill of the hit, the split, the double down. Enjoy the largest library of blackjack games online at your fingertips. Spanish 21, live dealer, vacation blackjack, retro blackjack, and much more. Download the DraftKings Casino app and take advantage of this great offer. DraftKings Casino. The crown is yours.
When you need inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger. For thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals.
Obviously, I'll get kind of emotional tomorrow, but that's the plan, is to kind of get emotional.
$600 in digital coupons each week, and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
We'll see if there ends up being a
fresh meal. Come have a taste
penalty
of
toward
America's Dairyland,
as in real dairy.
It gives Culver's fresh frozen custard its famous rich and creamy flavor. Like really rich.
So rich.
Rich and creamy.
And our cook-to-order Butterburgers?
They're topped with, you guessed it, Wisconsin cheese.
But it's the smiles we put on your face with every meal made just for you.
It really makes our hearts melt.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Tell me you're a genius without telling me you're a genius.
People talk about me behind my back, but it's about how smart I am.
Young Sheldon on CW Detroit 50. CW Sports coverage of the NASCAR Xfinity Series Championship is brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. The Progressive Keys to Progress program.
Possible penalty coming to Alfredo here.
Helping our heroes drive their lives forward. Learn more at keystoprogress.com. And by Xfinity Mobile. Switch and save with Xfinity Mobile. Plus connect to super fast Wi-Fi on the go. Learn more at Xfinity
The road is open. I'm just looking to see if anybody. I don't think anybody's gonna bite.
So again, the championship 4 as they run, it is Cole Custer that has the advantage, running in that second spot. Then Austin Hill 4th, Justin Allgaier just behind him in 5th, and Allmendinger back there outside the top 10 in 12th. All right, we've talked a little bit about the water temperature for the 21. Steve, how do you fix that gauge?
That was the other thing that developed that I didn't get. I didn't really mention.
The frustration. So he asked for a little bit of tape.
I didn't really mention during the Discord calls.
During the pit stop, the crew member
Hill having some sort of
right here. So he's
water temperature issue.
Tape over the gauge. Now, I've heard of ignoring your problems, but I don't know if you could just tape them up in the championship race. But this tells me that Andy Street does truly have confidence that this is just a gauge thing. There's no chance he would allow his driver to tape up a gauge if he thought if that was any sort of true information. But pretty well executed.
Sounds like it's a gauge problem, but.
So we were talking a little bit ago about the 5 car. We saw him in that incident. Anthony Alfredo said NASCAR has been strict about hooking someone in the right rear in retaliation for an incident. You see Stephen Parsons gets up the racetrack, gets Alfredo in the wall, and then Alfredo comes down, gets the right rear quarter panel, Stephen, and puts him in the wall. And that is something that drivers have consistently said to NASCAR is that is not acceptable, because when you get hooked in the right rear, it just sends the car all but head on into the wall, and it can cause some massive impacts. And we've seen some huge names in the sport get suspended for that same move.
And he has been posted for aggressive driving, the 5 of Anthony Alfredo. Marty.
Yep, they are posted.
We've seen some feisty racing here in Phoenix tonight, including between Justin Allgaier and Chandler Smith. So here's what Allgaier thought about racing the 81. Listen in.
People like the 81, like, he wonders why he's not got a ride for next year. I mean, it's unbelievable. Like, my blood pressure is high because people just don't get it.
You all watched it with you. Deep breath right here.
Eddie DeHaan, the spotter, trying to calm his driver down a bit. He had a terrific restart a moment ago, Kim. We'll see if he can replicate that. How about the side of Chandler Smith?
Yeah, Chandler Smith and this team think they did nothing wrong. In fact, crew chief Jeff Mindering came on the radio and said he, meaning Justin's got more to lose than we do. If he wants to race dirty, that's not in his best interest, and I do not expect this team
to be, what is it with the championship 4 messing with Chandler Smith?
They told me they're here to steal the thunder. They think
Custer had that running with him in Martinsville, and now apparently Allgaier is. They had a run in
Jeff,
with them.
Did you see anything wrong between the 7 and the 81, the way they were racing each other?
Well, look, if you are Justin Allgaier, you're wanting a little bit.
Yeah, you're right, Hamlin. The last time we saw a right rear penalty was.
But you have to remember that Chandler Smith
was it Chase being parked last year, or was it before then?
No,
it was
in the landscape. So. Yeah,
not a right rear, but we saw the penalty at Homestead to the Truck Series driver.
He's looking at potentially the end of his racing career, something that you have worked so hard to do, and he has a chance to prove to the world what he can do. So it's a tough balance. Yeah, so the rule, you mentioned it, he was being posted. So here is Anthony Alfredo.
I believe you're right, John. I believe it's 2 laps. Yeah, they just said it.
In the race. And
2 laps.
You know, then they'll have a conversation this week. Will there be something else? But this is an in-race penalty, and 2-lap penalty is a large penalty, Steve.
So blood pressure, I'm sure, is going through the roof right now of Anthony Alfredo?
Well, unless you don't, if he meant to do it, then he's kind of, you know, he's going to say, hey, I didn't mean to do it, right? But yes, it is clearly, it's not the position you want to be in.
All right, so a week ago, Chandler Smith, we talk a little bit about how you race others. Cole Custer did not believe that Chandler Smith, those two raced each other the way
Jones wasn't necessarily a right rear, though. It was getting into the back, and he was penalized for the rough driving. But it wasn't the same set of circumstances as the right rear of what we've seen. Though the right rear is the more egregious stuff that we've seen. So where it's clear that it's a retaliatory strike.
I've had some moments.
I'm sure when you say it's been your experience, I'm hoping you weren't the one that was delivering the blow. I mean, Ward, you and Ward?
No, you don't hit Ward. I can promise you that.
Dave.
There's a Jeff quote for you. You don't hit Ward.
Everything in racing, probably including fighting. But if some of his earliest memories were riding around a traffic circle in a minivan on Dad's lap, that's how he got used to riding around in a circle. But Joe had him in cars as soon as he could, whether it was a quarter midget or even running in go-karts. And they did a lot of that together, getting him ready for this moment, a second championship opportunity in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. But you know what? It wasn't the only sport that he played.
They could
in
go
fact,
out
he
with
told
a
me this week in
championship.
high school, yeah, he tried pole vaulting. Why was that? Well, he didn't want to go to gym class. It was kind of boring, he thought. They said, well, then you have to join the track team. And he said, all right, I'm going to try pole vaulting. Guess what? He said there was no future in it. Therefore, I'm going to stick with racing, which I'm better at anyway. But who knew? Cole Custer, reigning Xfinity Series champion and a pole vaulter in his early days. Rick, he, as a sophomore, went 10 feet. So I don't know how that compares to the track and field that you know.
That's very impressive, actually. I'm guessing that
There's Cole's dad.
The softer mat that he landed on, probably a lot easier than when he smacks into one of these walls or
he's here for it at least the last couple of years here. It seems like they know how to close. They know how to close out things, it seems like.
Universal Technical Institute. You can learn how to turn your passion into a career by training at one of the schools of
Talk about, Harvick always had the nickname the closer.
As they will work
Do
their
we
way
need to start calling Ford the manufacturer that seems to close
and
things out?
Be working on that choose coming up here. All right, so what we saw out of Cole Custer on the last restart where he went on the high side and went past everyone. I'm guessing that Herbst is going to take that outside line again, but does Cole Custer line up behind him?
I don't think you would give up the front row, although it did work for Cole Custer, to your point. He had that wide entrance into 1 and 2 and ended up taking the lead.
We'll see what the choose is here.
You have to take the front row.
Riley's going to choose high, which he does. Nope.
They're going to wave it off this time.
They waved it off.
Yeah,
I was going to say,
they waved it off.
Riley Herbst went over the box, and you're not allowed to do that, so.
I think the thing about this opportunity, it's not just about track position now. It's what are you learning that your car will do on a restart with this many laps on your tires. You might be in this position late in the race. You need to know what your car can and cannot do, Marty.
A.J. Allmendinger's sitting in 12th right now, so how's the mood behind the wheel? Listen in.
No difference, man. We got what we got. It's what we fight here. I mean, like, can't lean on anything. Just
copy that. Did we make it any better right there? Is that the right direction at least?
No. Honestly, no.
So, Steve, it seems like it's kind of set into resolution, I think, at this point with A.J. Allmendinger. But Alex Yance asked the question, did we make it any better?
The lowest running right now
feedback in practice. We did not make it better. So how do you keep your driver in the game, Steve, if you're Alex Yance on top of the pit box?
Well, you got to do the best you can at trying to motivate him, but you also got to be honest. You can't make up the speed that the 16 currently doesn't have, and not every car just needs a balance adjustment. When you make adjustments, it's not going to make it tighter or looser. But what I hear out of the 16's radio, Jeff, is just an overall setup that doesn't have enough
low
grip.
As well. I'll go up top.
Let's understand this. We talk about speed. What is speed? You drive down to the corner, the car has to track and change direction. And I can make it where the front tires don't work or the rear tires don't work, but everyone doesn't have the same amount of grip. There's other things built into the car, and what you hear in the dejection of AJ's voice is that we aren't letting the balance change away.
Been the discussion too, Trish, is changing the last race.
Than I have. You got to empathize with him, right? Because he's frustrated. He knows what's in front of him.
He's already shaking his head right now in the car, but we've seen this out of AJ.
Well, it is interesting because if you look at the championship races since Phoenix has been hosting the finales, so basically since 2020.
He also celebrates, as much fun as any driver we've seen when we saw him win at Vegas.
Well, the one thing I would be selling
Ford's got
is that look, Custer, Hill, Allgaier, they are better than us. I'm not going to lie to tell you the truth, but they're also all up there together. So we don't know how this ends. You know, we think
Chevrolet
it's going to
got
take a
20 and 21,
but we can have 3 wide
Ford,
chaos
well,
wrecking
actually,
into
even
turn
the
one.
finale, well, the finale
The
race of
championship
23 was
is awarded
actually
to
won by
whoever
Chevrolet.
finishes the highest. It doesn't tell you
The
how that's
Chevrolet
gonna
actually
happen.
has the edge over Ford in terms of winning
scoring pylon on the left.
the finale race, at least in the Cup
Purple line
Series.
underneath those championship 4 contenders.
The championships are split.
Custer all the way to the bottom of the racetrack this time. Let's see what he does when he gets into 1 and 2 here.
I mean, that's what I've always been preaching, is that Kansas should be the finale.
And
whoa!
Riley Herbst going a little bit lower on the exit of 2.
Allgaier Mayer got the big gain there, and here comes Allgaier now to the highest running of the 4.
Right up, and here comes the 7 of Allgaier.
To your point about lane choice, Rick, you know, the inside of the front row hasn't worked for anyone who has chosen it yet. I think people are going to have to make adjustments.
Custer has fallen all the way back to 4th.
Still second of the championship 4.
Austin Hill running in the 8th
and now
spot,
they battle for it.
And here comes Custer on the outside.
Already
Herbst the leader, Mayer now to second.
Willing to go to the outside. He likes the way his car drives on restarts on the top of the racetrack.
I think Custer might have a little better car than Allgaier at the moment.
If you're paying attention as a driver that competes for him in a championship in a late race restart, you cannot give him the top.
Again, only 14
when it was on
laps
speed.
remain.
Oh, there goes Smith.
Chandler Smith in the 81 slides. And will the caution come out?
Probably.
It does. Caution. Running 7th. So another restart coming up.
Give me a lady.
Yeah, I think you see the 18 of Sheldon Creed.
Sheldon cut down on his teammate
the
there?
81
I'm assuming
to
the
go
teammates.
lower on the apron. We've seen on restarts, drivers will drive, you know, 2 or 3 car widths down on the apron, and that was
You're the only one, Trisha, that says they wanted to see Austin Hill win it.
Out, and Sheldon Creed just turns left, not expecting Chandler Smith
I at least had a couple of people, at least that in my Discord channel, that brought in that for the questions that didn't want Hill winning it.
That's the best way to pass, guys.
So, I mean, Sheldon Creed came down on the 81. Is there fault that you can give to these two?
Well, again, it was just Sheldon Creed just thought that Chandler was going to the bottom and be lower on the apron, and he just misjudged where Chandler was going to be. It's a difficult racetrack because it gets so wide, and you don't always know where the other guy's going.
3 cautions already from here at Phoenix. This time it's teammates trading a little paint, and the 81 goes around.
Closed captioning for this program is brought to you by Tableau TV.
Start watching TV for free with Tableau.
Switching to Tableau has really been a money saver. Without a monthly subscription is amazing.
Order today at TableauTV.com.
It's been an interesting
Hey, Jake from State Farm. Check it out.
The old Fumble-Rooski.
Or you can bundle home and auto and save money. The old Bundle-Rooski.
Ooh, that's a better play.
Plus, it's more fun to say. Bundle-Rooski.
Yeah.
Bundle-Rooski, Bundle-Rooski, Bundle-Rooski. Bundle-Rooski do. Try it.
Yeah. I'm not going to say that.
Bundle and save with the personal price plan.
He can, though.
Well, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I was running our own family business, and then COVID hit. Then we had almost nothing.
I had tens of thousands of dollars hanging over my head, working full-time, oftentimes multiple jobs.
I had over $43,000 in debt. That's when I called National Debt Relief.
There was hope that came from that call.
All those feelings of shame really evaporated.
They treated me like a real person, not a number.
Whether it's credit card, medical, or personal loan debt, National Debt Relief negotiates with your creditors to reduce the amount you owe.
I knew without a doubt I made the right choice when I went with National Debt Relief.
Now that I'm out of debt, I feel free, I feel powerful.
I'm doing the things I want to do, singing in a chorus. I'm traveling with my husband.
My life is moving forward. I'm thriving. Our family's thriving.
National Debt Relief got me out of debt.
If you owe more than $10,000, call or visit nationaldebtrelief.com to find out how you can become debt-free.
Did you know you can save with GoodRx, even if you have insurance?
You know, I thought my prescription was covered until it wasn't, but GoodRx helps with that.
I work for myself, so I buy my own insurance. And I still check GoodRx.
I'm on Medicare. I check GoodRx because it can beat my copay. Who wouldn't like that?
Even if you have insurance, GoodRx can help you save.
Okay, we'll see you next time.
Another good reason to check GoodRx.
Subway launched new $6.99 meal deals with any 6-inch sub.
Wait, Subway did what?
Dad?
Yep. For a limited time, get any 6-inch sub, chip, and a drink, all for just $6.99.
Greetings from Daytona. We're a band of
Look how we haven't even run the last race of the season yet, and we're already advertising the 500.
The great American race, where year after year,
I understand it. I know that it's basically 3 months away, but
so book your experience and soak in 500 miles of history.
Let's get to the last race.
You'll never look back. Secure your seats now at Daytona500.com.
3 months
You came to
next
pit
week.
road, but you'll see AJ Allmendinger currently running third. He did not come to pit road, so that has him in front of the other three competitors in this championship 4. Let's get a check-in from pit road. We'll start with Dave.
Rick, upper right, Cole Custer. He called his car a smidge tight. He got 4 Goodyear tires and Sunoco fuel to send it back down pit road, and he's running 12th now. We'll see where he chooses, Marty.
Dave, the reason to pit here before the end of stage 2 with 120-plus laps to go. They can divide it evenly.
I think I might go with Reddick's Flip at Vegas,
Justin Allgaier said his car was just a little bit tight. Much better stop for the 17.
I think I'd honestly have to go with Reddick's
And you mentioned it, Rick.
Flip
AJ
at Vegas.
Allmendinger decided to stay out. Alex Jans told him, listen, I think the leaders are going to pit. Our only play here, let's do the opposite. They were the lowest running car of the playoff championship 4, Kim.
Well, Marty, Austin Hill told his
top
teams he did
9.
not think they made the right adjustment.
Actually, top 10 stayed out.
It was too loose. He could not be as aggressive with it as he wanted. He said it was sideways with the rear, so they did a wedge adjustment this time.
Creed's going to be the
Out
leader.
on the right rear, as well as an air pressure adjustment for Austin Hill.
And one thing to keep in mind, Rick, you see that Creed, Love, Allmendinger.
I'd say it's Reddick at Vegas.
These drivers at lap 79.
Is that what landed back on all fours?
Time of 29 laps. Most of that has been run under yellow. The leaders only have about 10 laps of hard racing on their tires. So there is an argument, and I would think the plan would be that here in 8 more laps, you still don't come to pit road. I think you've made your bet at this point, and you're going to have to commit. Now, that plan would go out the window if these new tires just so unbelievable speed at the start of this run here.
8 to go.
8 to go on the stage.
2. Back into the gas they go. Sheldon Creed rocketing.
Wait for them to fan out.
Trying to get in front of Jesse Love as they go into turn 1.
Custer way down there. Make time. Hill down there trying to make time.
They're back here in the middle of the pack.
5 wide, 6 wide.
I don't know, 6 wide, Rick? Where do I start?
6 wide.
At least 6 wide.
And 4 wide down that straightaway.
Stretch they do.
That was a little hairy there with Custer and Allgaier.
Bit, though, as we see the 20.
Well, Allgaier's got the big gain on the top lane.
Falling back, it looked as though the 20 of Eric Almirola, while he was going forward, it looked like the double
4
zero
wide.
Was struggling back there, or 88, excuse me, Connor Zilic in the 88
Still
was
watching
struggling.
the double 0 and the 7. Looks like Allgaier might get
the
advantage of the championship 4.
Right now, the big loser in all of this is that 21 car on the bottom of 3 wide. Look at the guys he was just racing with. They have put a lot of cars in between themselves and the 21 car.
Jimmy Smith's going to try to go by on the outside as well as we ride along once again with Austin Hill. That violent dog leg that they try to cut coming off of turn 4. Very low line.
38 got a little sideways.
Try to get by Matt DiBenedetto.
5 to go in the stage. Creed leads it.
Yeah, that was not a good sequence for this 21 car. And you never know when you lose some spots on a restart, if that's going to hurt you, can you get that track position back?
Steve, what did you say the play was going to be for Allmendinger? Does he come to pit road when the caution comes out?
Well, if he could get out in some clean air and show that he had car enough to lead, I think he was going to have to stay out at the end of the stage and keep his track position. But the problem is Almirola has already got by the 16 of Allmendinger. You now have Allgaier right on his rear bumper. So I think at this point, you're going to have to pit and put fresh tires on in 4 more laps. Look at this 7.
Allgaier got into. Nice save, Herbs.
Very lucky. It's going to have to see if the left rear of the 7 has any damage.
Nice save.
If the tire has any damage. That was an aggressive move by the 7.
Allgaier tried to cut underneath AJ and basically about took the nose off of Herbst's car.
That tire has made contact with the 98.
And it doesn't look like Riley Herbst is too happy about the way he passed him as he gets aggressive on the inside now.
Yeah, what a great side. I had a boy out of Herbst. I don't know how he got that thing straight, but he got it back straight.
With 113 to go, you just wonder if that's a necessary move.
Well, talking about aggression, he restarted 14th.
Custer.
On this restart, and he's running 5th now.
To the outside of Allgaier for that spot.
Here comes the 0-0. So now the championship 4. The leader of them is Allgaier. It's Custer, then Allmendinger.
Oh, Allgaier got loose. Custer to the outside.
There's that contact.
The left rear tire now going down, they think, for Justin Allgaier. So how could that have happened?
Maybe
Jeff,
a flat.
Yes, there you go. They think the left rear tire is coming apart for Justin Allgaier. So, Jeff, why make an aggressive move like that and put your car in a dangerous situation like this?
Oh, he's got to nurse it. He's got to nurse it for one more lap here because the pits are going to be closed. The pits closed with 2 to go, so he's got to nurse it one more lap here.
So they're staying on the racetrack. This is a risky move.
The negative is if the tire goes completely down, not only could you spin out, but it could go flat and tear the quarter panel off. Pit road's closed now, so if you pit here, you'd be at the end. He could really just slow down. Like right now, they're coming to the checker. He could just lift right here and just
I
give
don't think
up
it's
all these
I don't think it's
positions
down
anyway.
yet.
He's not going to do it.
Coming to the end of the stage. It's got to be Herbst. Nice move back up for Herbst. Herbst wins the stage.
Sweeping the stages here in Phoenix as he won stage
Creed, who stayed out, holds on to second.
2. And Herbst has been out front for 65
Got a big development. Justin Allgaier, possibly a flat left rear tire from this contact.
Right there between stage winner Riley Herbst and the 7 of Allgaier.
And then this move.
And more contact there.
Again, attaboy for Herbst to hang on to that car. I don't know how he did lose that car.
COPD hasn't been pretty. It's tough to breathe and tough to keep wondering if this is as good as it gets. But Trelegy has shown me that there's still beauty and breath to be had. Because with 3 medicines in 1 inhaler, Trelegy keeps my airways open and prevents future flare-ups. And with 1 dose a day, Trelegy improves lung function, so I can breathe more freely all day and night.
Trelegy won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Do not take Trelegy more than prescribed. Trelegy may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
Ask your doctor about once daily Trelegy for COPD.
Say
because
that was a moment.
Should be beautiful.
Moment and a half.
Sunday, November 24th, it's the 2024 NASCAR Awards from Charlotte. Yeah! We're the best, brightest, and fastest NASCAR superstars. Celebrate the year's greatest moments.
What in the world?
Year's greatest moments in racing.
Let's go!
The 2024 NASCAR Awards, Sunday, November 24th at 3/2 Central, only on the CW.
Don't ask me what the hell that was.
Welcome to DraftKings Casino, the home of blackjack.
Don't ask me
Get
what the
in
hell
on
that
the thrill
was.
of the hit, the split, the double down. Enjoy the largest library of blackjack games online at your fingertips.
That was
Spanish 21,
odd.
Live Dealer, Vacation Blackjack, Retro Blackjack, and much more. Download the DraftKings Casino app and take advantage of this great offer. DraftKings Casino. The crown is yours.
That was weird. It's showing my camera, but it's not showing the
If you work outside or play outside, Harry's has great deals on all the cold weather.
Every
everyone who craves a fresh meal, come have a taste of Wisconsin.
America's Dairyland.
As in real dairy.
It gives Culver's fresh frozen custard its famous rich and creamy flavor. Like really rich.
Oh, no.
So rich. Rich and creamy.
And our cook-to-order Butterburgers?
They're tough with.
You know what? Give me 1 second, guys. It froze.
But it's the smiles we put on your face with every
I think
meal
it
made
froze
just for
my
you.
Streamlabs.
Makes our hearts melt.
From Wisconsin with love.
I think Streamlabs is not responding. Hang on, I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
On Inside the NFL, you better be tough.
Can we see your game face, Chad?
Inside the NFL, new episode
I'll be right back.
Wednesday at 9,
Streamlabs, I
8
think,
Central.
crashed.
CW Sports coverage of the NASCAR Xfinity Series Championship is brought to you by Universal Technical Institute. Learn how to turn your passion into a career by training at one of the schools of
down pit road,
now it
change
should
that left
pop
side.
back
I think the
up
left side
here.
has air in it, but I just don't believe that's a gamble you want to
There we
take with a car that's already driven from the back. We're yet to get to halfway in this race.
There we go. I'm back, guys. Sorry about that.
Tires on it, Marty.
Streamlabs crashed on me.
Allmendinger, top of your screen, said, I am, quote, tired of this man. I'm fighting the same thing every lap. It's miserable to drive. They can drive way deeper than I can in the corner.
Yeah,
and
so
I'm just
Streamlabs
chattering the right
crashed. That
rear,
was
so
weird.
it
It,
feels like they need some pretty
everything
significant
blinked. I thought for a second I lost
adjustments on the 16
power.
Meanwhile, just gonna be left side tires
And
only
then
here
everything
for
came
the
back
7
up.
car of Justin Allgaier, and there was
And
further
Streamlabs
radio
froze.
from Jim Pullman to his driver.
But I never
So
lost
an
the actual
interesting
stream
mix there.
itself.
Right
Never.
sides, brand new left
The,
side, Steve. How would that affect the handling of the car?
Well, probably will
Sorry,
straight up
the,
a little bit, turn a little bit better with the cooler left side tires and
I
lower
wish you
air
luck,
pressure.
Laura.
The strategy is they don't want to burn another set of tires. Remember, this is technically the third set of lefts
Me
that
watching
gone on.
where I'm streaming
That
the
leaves
race
them one
from,
whole
or
set
how I'm
of
watching the
tires and a
race,
set of fresh
never
runs.
changed. It was like
So
everything
that leaves some
blacked,
opportunity still late in the race.
almost as if I
Biggest issue
lost
with that
power,
is
and then
this
it all
run,
came
you're
back
not
up and
gonna learn
Streamlabs
much how your car
froze.
drives.
So
Champ 4 right now.
I have to admit that's a weird one for me. I don't think I've ever had that happen.
Hey,
So if it looks like I'm frozen on here, refresh this page.
Maybe you'd rather go to school for
Because everything is
insurance.
back up.
I didn't raise
so.
no insurance, man. But you did, Dad. Football's your passion, but mine is providing around-the-clock protection to progressive customers who bundle home and auto.
Jamie, we need you out here for football.
You're giving up on your dream, James. No, Dad. I'm giving up on yours. Oh, James, wait! Oh, that's not the exit.
Say you're looking for the perfect present.
What the fuck?
Head to the perfect place. A place with gifts that light up a face as well as a room.
What the heck is going on here?
Where it's
What the hell is going on here? What the fuck is going on with this computer tonight? Because now I got everything going wrong. What the fuck? What are you doing to me, man?
It's easy to find the brands they'll love and the advice you trust. That place isn't a warehouse store. That place is your local Ace. Around the block, what you need in stock. With service so good it's guaranteed. This Christmas, get free
Maybe I need
assembly
to stop
delivered on your
watching
new
these
grill
guys.
at
Focus on my own stuff. Just focus on my own stuff.
Good morning, commuters. Looks like we got traffic backed up for miles. Starting with a downed tree blocking East Avenue and a broken water
For
main
some reason,
causing a
Streamlabs is
bottleneck on
crashed.
westbound lanes. We've got weekend travelers.
I'd rather happen
flooding the
now instead
turnpike
of the
in
cup
many
race
cases.
tomorrow,
Bumper
you
to
know?
bumper traffic for the foreseeable future. I'd get comfortable. You might be there for a while.
Close again.
Toyota trucks. Let's go places.
Let's try this again.
Will your next success be?
Incoming dishes! Doc! Dawn Power Wash flies.
I think I learned my lesson, and that is just... You see, I think the problem is I'm trying to checking in on these other guys that are streaming, these other people that are streaming the race too, to see how their streams are going, and I don't know if it's because it's trying to stream two things at once, and it's not...
Final contenders line up in the desert.
It's not allowing me to all, like it's overloading it, but...
The season-long quest.
I don't know, that's just weird. Yeah, I'll rejoin DC so I can score it for you guys again. Sorry about that.
In NASCAR history. The NASCAR Championship
Back
from
up and
Phoenix
pop this back
on
up. Like I
NBC
said, I don't know what...
and Peacock.
It's weird that it's doing that. I mean...
Closed captioning is brought to
Really
you by
weird.
Tableau TV. They once watch forever.
Really weird.
We want to take a look at the Toyota driver update, and right now closest to the front is Eric Almirola running in the second spot. Remember, he is running for a
I'm not going to change it. As much as I want to check on the kind of neat, see how those other guys are doing, the stream the races, like they're kind of taking my lead.
Out of that mix, but
I think I just need to keep it on watching my stream to make sure my stream looks good, and keep it on this.
For that 20 team. Multiple wins.
Because if I try to do that, then it seems to like be overloading it where it doesn't want to do it.
Here in 2024. And KP, all right, of the 4 championship contenders, has one done better with the pressure up to this point?
I think Custer's done better so far. When I look at it, you know, when you guys at home watch
We're
these
pretty
in-car
much
cameras,
halfway for the Xfinity finale.
And when the pressure goes up, and we've seen it, Austin Hill with the water temperatures.
Lap 100
we've seen
of
Allgaier
200.
here with situational awareness, knowing where he is on the racetrack.
Go.
And we've seen it out of AJ. Yeah. AJ has screamed from lap 1 that this thing is not handling. So his pop-off valve is dancing up there.
Yeah, I'm sorry, and it's too bad for AJ. He's having a tough night. His race car's not handling the way he wants it to, so he's struggling. But I think Allgaier keeps bouncing back. He's had some significant things happen since the start of the race.
I'm
and that
seeing,
is a fast race car still. I'm keeping my eye on that 7.
Yeah, fast
obviously
race
you
car
heard the
there,
opinions
but
of
they're on
those that I
different
pulled in
strategies
here.
as far as the tire situation
I
goes.
think right now,
This
from what I'm seeing in this race, this
starting
battle's
is gonna be
between
very
Custer and
interesting.
Allgaier.
Right,
Hill's really
thanks,
not
guys.
been a factor.
Pop-off valve, interesting.
And
Jeff,
neither
do you
really is
agree with
AJ. I think the battle right now is between Allgaier
you know, when you're having this
and
kind of
Custer
day,
as
you just
far
need to get it
as
out.
who
You need to express it, right?
wins this
And get it going.
championship.
And then just got to go back to work, right? I mean, you cannot give up. You never know.
At least from what we've seen so far tonight.
If I'm the crew chief, I'm making a big
Again,
adjustment.
still half this race to go.
I want my
Not
crew
gonna
chief
happen
saying,
between
we're
now
gonna
and the
get it, bud.
finish,
We're going
but
to get it. We're going to make something happen. And with
from
guys
what I
like
can
AJ,
see,
I think some positive
I
reinforcement.
think those two are the two you got to be looking at.
So if you're looking at trends, again, I'm going to remind you, the Championship 4, they don't have to win the race to win the championship, but trending, the last 2 races that were swept, meaning stage 1 and stage 2, were won by Austin Hill and Eric Almirola. Well, guess what? Riley Herbst has swept the first 2 stages. Can he finish it out? He's out front And he's getting a little bit of help now from the 0-0 of Cole Custer, who pushes him out
Herb
there.
seems like to have one of the best cars as far as the race tonight.
Falling back, he's third, going back to fourth now.
Oh, is there going to be...
Did not restart very well, and he's under fire from Connor Zilic in the 88.
Yeah, they are 4. Down into that corner, the 26 got loose into Sieg. Nice save out of Sieg.
And the 28
and there's still 4.
The racetrack right in front of the
okay.
7 of Allgaier. Allgaier and Arbonding. You picture Allgaier really well. That bright red Brandt Chevy jumps right out of the pack. Easy to pick up on those higher shots. Now you're on board with Allgaier.
And these restarts at Phoenix are a
left side tires for Allgaier.
To say the least.
Yeah, he restarted on the bottom, and he gained a few, but then got kind of parked down in the middle of.
Also, if you're wondering, don't worry, my hat that I usually wear for the Cup streams, it'll be on tomorrow.
And we're hearing
restart violation, the 7 car.
For Allgaier.
So remember the rules. You have
we saw this happen yesterday, last night to Corey Heim.
Let's take a look what the 7 does. See if he changes
does he do the same thing?
Before the start-finish line. Right there.
Yep.
Back it up.
Same thing as Heim yesterday.
Frames before the start-finish line. Keep going and go back, and we're going to go back. He should be behind you.
Same exact thing as what happened to Heim yesterday.
That is the rule. I think this is clear as day. It's unfortunate, but clear as day that the 7 went left before the start-finish line. I hear the argument on the radio. Justin, I understand in real time, that's probably like, a clap of your hands. It happens right away. But on replay, Jeff, in my opinion, that was a clear call NASCAR had to make.
4 of these penalties last night in the truck race.
It literally
Pay attention to what goes on in the races prior to this. This isn't a new rule.
It's literally the exact same thing that Heim did yesterday.
This racetrack, it is a little more difficult.
I made the mistake yesterday thinking I thought maybe you had to be below the line for them to call it, but no, it's just actually the act of pulling out like that.
And that makes it very inviting to hang a left to shortcut the front straightaway to get to turn 1 quicker. But drivers have to know the rule. This is a clear violation of the rule. It's no different than every racetrack we go to. You have to stay in line until you get to the start-finish line. It's the same rule at every racetrack.
You give up about 23, 22 seconds just rolling pit road here, so the 7 was able to serve the penalty, come out in front of the 98. So quick yellow right now. He's back to the back of the field, still in the lead lap. So Allgaier fans, don't give up yet. 95 to go. Your driver can still have a chance.
Well, I think
I take back everything I just said, because the number 1 penalty is you can't have a penalty on top of a penalty. Now the 7, too fast rolling pit road. He'll have to serve another drive-through.
You got to be kidding me.
Insurmountable for the 7. You see the frustration
too
from
fast
the crew
on
chief.
pit road.
You just can't. You have to be conservative down pit road. This has been the 7's year, though, has it not? Great race cars, fast race cars, leading laps.
And I said it during the Discord calls, and I'm going to say it again. Justin Allgaier really is the Denny Hamlin of the Xfinity series. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
14th season in the Xfinity series. He is desperate to win a championship, and unfortunately, so far, just some poor decisions. And he is a very popular guy in the garage. People want to see him do well, but this is just mistakes you cannot make.
Jeff, let's look at it again. He's definitely losing a lap right here, serving his 2nd penalty. Let's go back to the original penalty on the restart. Remember, you must stay in lane. We're in the restart zone.
Now, this one is clear as day, though.
You see the green
we saw Heim penalized for this yesterday.
Right
the same move.
It's clear. He turns left before the start-finish line. You're not allowed to change lanes until the start-finish line. You mentioned it 4 times last night. This is something that should have been reviewed. Maybe it was reviewed within the team, but either way, I mean, right there, I have that as changing lanes already.
Oh, no question. I mean, it's a very clear violation. It's not a question. The call is right.
But then he compounded it by speeding on pit road while serving that penalty.
You feel for Justin,
so
though.
He wasn't a lap down until speeding, and now he is scored a lap down.
So Cup drivers, pay attention.
Yeah, make a note.
Same rule happens tomorrow. 2 nights in a row we've had these penalties.
So now the 7 is a lap down.
And not the highest scored lap down car.
He's a straightaway in front of the 98. Now, if you're
now I'm wondering who you picked, John.
You can't do anything about it now. You're going to need.
So I think you said Heim last night, Allgaier tonight.
To bunch up the field.
Now I'm wondering.
Another yellow to try to get up to the free pass.
If I were you, though, I
Jeremy
wouldn't
Clements,
say. I
51
wouldn't say
cars,
until
first
something
car
happens
one lap down.
tomorrow.
He is nearly a half a lap ahead of the 7.
Yeah, and unfortunately, without cautions, you know, what's going to happen is the 98 or whoever the leader is going to start catching the back of the pack and putting more cars a lap down.
Tell you who we need to keep an eye on, though, because they keep fighting this car, even with as bad as the car has supposedly been today.
Well, with all of that going on with the 7, let's get back to the race.
Look at the 16.
Hand, right? Allmendinger with a few lap fresher tires. They're not very much fresher. What do they got? Let's see, 21 for the leaders.
Look at Allgaier,
So
they're Allmendinger right
fresher
now.
tires. Restarted 19th. Here he is passing the 20 for the 6th position. Could this be the strategy call? Hey, what makes your car have more grip than everybody else? Apparently 9 lap fresher tires. Because they got less grip earlier.
Jacob, the way the rule is you can't change lanes.
For Allmendinger, he
so if that's the case, the 18 and the 7 would have been penalized each if they made the shift before the start-finish
They went a little more aggressive on some changes this last pit stop.
If they both made the shift at the same time,
riding along
out of the lane they're in,
on board of AJ Allmendinger.
Judging by the way the rule is, and judging by the way Heim was penalized last night,
16 car, right? Because
I think that's
still not there yet. The double
the
zeros
way
in
it
front of
is
us,
that
at
they
least they're
both would have
going
been
forward.
penalized
This
for
is
it.
going to be new energy to a driver that you've
Not one or
already
the other,
mentioned,
both.
Rick, wears his emotion on his sleeve. Now they can turn the negative, the frustration into a positive.
Riley Herbst out in front of the field at
I'm not
Phoenix.
Sorry, I'm a little bit behind. I gotta refresh this.
That place is your local Ace.
Pop it so it's the
around the block. What you
live.
need in stock. With service so good it's guaranteed. This Christmas, get free assembly with your new grill at Ace.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
That's my team out there.
If our network goes down, lives are at stake.
Our comms have to work.
Or the mission won't.
That's why we partner with Verizon Frontline, the network that truly prioritizes first responders.
Well, if you're saying, well, the 18 would be jumping out in relation to the car that's behind him, too.
Is everything.
Extreme
The car that's
team, Verizon
behind
Frontline
him,
delivers.
he holds
The
his
number
line.
one network
The
choice
18
in
would still be
public
ducking
safety.
out.
Learn more. Your mission is our purpose.
I didn't have to spend my life trying to find my calling. Mine found me
Well,
at an early age. It was just a matter of how good
In
I
saying
could
that,
get
John,
and how far I would go.
you picked Heim, that was a Toyota.
Our calling is to build trucks.
You picked Allgaier, that was a
So when you find your
Chevrolet.
call, nothing can stop you from answering.
You say Logano, that's a Ford.
Right now,
That'd be
during
one
Ram
for each
Power Days,
manufacturer.
get $4,000 cash allowance on the purchase of most 2025 Ram 1500 trucks. Don't
I'm not
miss Ram
saying
Power
that that's
Days.
going to happen
Hurry in today.
tomorrow, but
After careful review of medical guidance and research on pain relief, my recommendation is
Trend.
simple. Every home should have Salon Paws. Powerful, yet
Use 30
non-addictive,
backs
targeted,
trend.
and long-lasting. I recommend Salon Paws. It's good medicine.
First CJ, he was penalized for changing lanes before the start-finish line. Then while he was serving the penalty for that, he sped on pit road.
Celsius, essential energy.
Down south, there's a place where moments are made at 180 miles per hour, where the thrills
Yes.
give you chills
So
that are second to
I don't know how many
none.
laps
And
down
at
he
every
is,
turn,
but
anything can and will happen.
he was
fast.
initially
Some
able to
say
stay on
it's
the lead
just a
lap serving the
NASCAR
first
race,
penalty
but it's
stop.
fast Atlanta, America's
But
destination for acceleration.
the second penalty
Full
stop, I know, has got at
throttle
least
throwdowns,
one down. I
partying
don't know
into the
if it's
night,
2 down
and
now.
unbelievable photo finishes. NASCAR returns to Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Ambetter Health 400. Experience it for yourself.
Oh, they
Get
pitted for the
tickets
tire
now
under
at
the caution there, so that's not the issue. The issue right now is the fact that he changed lanes
It's time for
before the start-finish line, had to pit under green, then was speeding when he was serving that penalty stop, so he had to serve another stop.
That VIP experience
So.
at the 2025 NASCAR Xfinity Series opening weekend. You can scan the QR code or visit thecwsweeps.com right now to enter. Want to take a look at the Xfinity fastest lap? It was Chandler Smith, and it was way, way back on lap 4. 27.90 average.
Right now,
over
Custer is the leader of the
miles an
championship
hour
for
around this
AJ
1-mile
runs
track.
7th. Allgaier is a lap down in 29th.
And right now, Chandler fighting for the 9th position.
And Hill is 16th.
So Walich and Toyota on board. The 19 in 10th. Chasing
maybe a little contact between the 19 and 8 there. Excuse me, that was the 10, not the 10
of Daniel.
I thought it was the 8 from the paint scheme.
That's good racing right here, side-by-side battle. It's difficult to finish the pass off at this racetrack. The second and third lane
is basically for the 10th
really
position.
really
4 cars for the 10th position. There's SVG.
Oh, that's some tight racing right there. That's like an offset 3 wide, and it worked out. Jeff, we'll let you check back in with the 7 of Allgaier. I mentioned a half a lap between
that's
him
Brandon
and Jeremy
Jones
Clements.
in the
The first car
9.
1 lap down. The half a lap has turned into about 500 feet or 500 yards probably. Here's the 7, 39 in front. Next car in front is this bright yellow, greenish 51 car of Jeremy Clements. The 7 has a chance to get back in the free pass position. He just needs to do it before Herb starts lapping the back of the field.
Well, that's the problem, because here you go. The 98 of Riley Herbst, he is right to the back of that field. There he is. He just gets by the 28 car, and now the 28, he is the first car lap down of Ryan Seed. That's how quickly it happened.
Yeah. Jeff, good news. We're looking for good news for the 7.
Good news, bad news. It was good news for a little while, and then
Riley now is the first car 1 lap down.
Right. Steve, when does the pit window open for these guys to come to pit road?
Well, they can make it on fuel now, about 85 to 95 laps, so the window is technically open. The leaders, even the guys on the oldest tires, they've been out there for about 47 total laps, 35 of them green. So they have at least 45 more laps.
Custer
probably a little bit more.
leads the championship 4. Herbst leads the race.
Who's running second, leading the championship 4.
You're joining in late to the coverage. That's where we're at. The big moment is Justin Allgaier. Double penalties, pretty much.
No offense, Allgaier's a lap down. He's no risk either.
Had a penalty for changing lanes before the start-finish line while he was serving that stop. Was penalized for speeding or speeding on pit road. Had to serve 2 penalties.
So if this thing goes green,
he's right now a lap down, 3rd car lap
he's gonna
down.
come down pit road with a ton of track position. Somehow he has to try to gain on Cole Custer.
Let's check in on pit road with the Ford champ.
And Hill has not really been a factor tonight. He's mid-teens.
Is pretty happy with his race car right now, and racers are typically superstitious. They do the same things to try to do the same results when they are positive. Last year, before they came to this race, they ate at the Waffle House after Martinsville. Last week, after Martinsville, they ate at the Waffle House again. JT, Jonathan, Tony, and the whole team said, we're going to do that and make sure we put everything in line to try to win here again, Marty.
Dave A.J. Allmendinger sitting in the 6th position. The guys made the point a moment ago. Looks like a little bit of life here with this 16 team. AJ said, I'm still fighting the same exact things.
Yeah, one of them said, I think it was JD that said that.
I understand that, but your lap times are
Allgaier was like Elliott said. I think the bitter equivalency would be Denny Hamlin as far as always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
He tried multiple times to restart on the inside lane. That didn't work. The car was too loose, could not find momentum. And then last restart, he tried to use the top. That also did not work. This car still needs a lot of work. Austin telling the team it's so easy to get in a 4-wheel slide, and the front's starting to chatter really badly. He said it's disconnected on the entry center to exit more. He'll look for more changes next time they're on pit road, Marty.
And Kim, Justin Allgaier back in 28th now, trying to tack down Ryan Sieg. The problem is, as the guys pointed out, Riley Herbst keeps finding cars to put a lap down. He's in a little bit of a window. If he can get to Sieg, he can be the first car 1 lap down. Jim Pullman imploring him on the radio, do not burn through these tires. I'm going to need all I can. Remember, they are down half a set to the rest of the field.
Half a set in a lap. It's a bad combination, but I like Jim Pullman. Keep crew chiefing. You got to just keep firing. 70 to go, Rick. You can't give up.
All right. Think about this. If you're a Stewart-Haas Racing employee, right now you are leading the race and you're leading the championship.
I was just going to say, look how this would look for Stewart-Haas if it ends this way. Leading the race and leading the championship.
Derek Henry. Hey,
the year where they're basically, this is their final basically weekend before they shift to the 1-car operation Cup.
Okay, and this is Otto again, right?
26 car in for his final stop.
Hey, this is my living room.
Now, you can't make it on fuel from here,
Just another way to save with the personal price plan.
The dog isn't allowed on the couch, Derek.
Like a good neighbor,
But I think they're having more issues on that
Camila
26
tried
car.
the new
Looks
scent
like
of Gain Relax Flings,
maybe
and it
left rear
changed
issue, maybe
everything.
drivetrain issue.
Hey, Dave, don't knock it till you smell it. New Gain Relax Flings.
I was drowning in debt.
I had over $36,000 in debt.
If I would have just made the minimum payments, it would have taken me 59 years
Love
to pay
the
off.
mayor battle
National
for
Debt
position.
Relief can significantly reduce the amount you owe.
Leave that
National
for
Debt
third.
Relief reduced my debt by over
No, that would be
$27,000.
fourth.
With National Debt Relief, you have a
Mayor's in
powerful
fourth,
team that
Love in
knows how to
fifth.
talk to your creditors.
National Debt Relief, they got me out of debt.
Call or visit nationaldebtrelief.com to get started.
Everyone's
take
running
that
to
spot.
Subway for 3 all-new spicy footlongs. Wait, Subway did what? That's right. They're bringing the heat with cream of sriracha, jalapenos, and all-new ghost pepper bread. But hurry, these subs are only here for a limited time.
This is the story of the one. The one who believes being prepared is not just a way of life. It's how he helps everyone stay safe. He sweats the small stuff before it becomes big stuff. For the one, being an unsung hero in a building full
Justin
of
got
everyday heroes is just
Jeremy
how he
Clemens
likes
trying
it.
to track Ryan Sieg. I
The
believe
industrial
Ellis.
grade products you need delivered
Well,
fast.
Ellis is the last
Call
one to leave that
quickgranger.com or stop by. Granger,
AJ just
for
got
the
passed by
ones
the
who get it
88.
done.
Thursday night football on Prime. It's on.
That's what we do on Thursday. It's fireworks.
Back to
Thursday
7th.
night football is on. This week, it's an old school NFC East
Maybe see the
showdown
running
between
warrior update
Washington
here.
and Philadelphia. It's Jaden Daniels and the Commanders.
This is a team that could surprise a lot of people.
Versus Jalen Hurts and the
I
Eagles.
resent that.
Stream Thursday night football. Commanders, Eagles at 7 p.m. Eastern. Only on Prime.
If you're looking for a cable news network which respects all Americans, then you have a new home with News Nation. See why News Nation is America's fastest growing cable news network. To find News Nation on your screen, go to joininn.com. You're watching
64
the
to
NASCAR
go.
Xfinity Series Championship, and there are only 64 laps to go in this race to determine who will hoist the trophy at the end of this one. And
Herbst just put Ellis a lap down.
now just 63 laps to go.
He is the
as we
last
saw
one on the lead
Riley
lap.
Herbst go by. Riley Herbst, a blistering pace, and he has put another car, Ryan Ellis, a lap down, which means Allgaier has a long ways to go if he wants to get in the free pass position.
Well, and that's really where we're at. So with 63 to go, let's kind of set the stage for these championship four and what opportunity I think is in front. For Cole Custer, the 26-year-old from just across the border here in California, right? He's a West Coast guy. He's looking to go back-to-back in his championship runs right here. I think he's done what he needs to do. He has 5 seconds over A.J. Allmendinger and a faster race car. There's no reason for him to be aggressive and be the first
literally
to pit
all
road.
we
So if we look back a
for
little bit more,
Custer,
we
it's
look
just
at
a
A.J.
matter of
Allmendinger
just
right
having
in
a
seven,
solid final
6
stop at this
seconds
point.
back, right? So A.J. is still not close enough, Jeff. I
AJ,
think
I
pitting
mean,
early
AJ doesn't really
might
so
work
much have
for
the car. He's got the
16,
track
6
position, but he doesn't really have the
seconds back.
car
You
opposite
could pit, take tires,
Custer.
put pressure
Hill,
on
we
the
see, hasn't really
double
been a
zero.
factor
The
so
problem
far
is
in this
for
race.
the 21 of Hill, he is 15 seconds back from Custer. So pitting early for the 21 does him no good. You can't
And
throw a
Allgaier
Hail
obviously just
Mary
had
if
the
you're down
double
14.
penalty that
doesn't help you.
hurt
You have to be
himself.
within touch to make it happen. He's too far back to do something.
The 7 of Allgaier, he simply is going to need a series of cautions. You know, there's no way that this thing will go green and he can get done what he has to get done. So he's not going to probably need one caution. He's going to need 2 or 3 to get back in this game.
Yes, such an unfortunate chain of events that took place for Allgaier to get him in this position.
Well, and it's those, you know, he made the mistake coming on a restart violation. And it's those things that keep you up at night where you can't sleep because you look back on it and you're like, that was on my shoulders. That was the moment I needed to be prepared for. And those are the things, Rick, that just drive you nuts because you work
the
so
sad thing
hard.
is for AJ or for Justin is the only one he can
pressure
blame is himself.
And the desire to win a championship, and you don't want to be the one that takes it away from your team, and it's just things you never forget.
Somebody else
On
just peeled
Tuesday,
pit
he told
road.
us he had a different mindset. Well, that mindset changed completely on Friday. when they had practice. They came out, and Allgaier, feeling like he had the best car he's ever had at Phoenix, gets in fluid on the racetrack, gets into the wall. They have to bring a backup out.
Had to start in the back. Brought a backup out. Had to start in the back of the pack, but then really good pace. Things are going well. Then contact. And then this restart violation, changing lanes before the start-finish line, gets penalized, has to come down pit road, and then made the mistake of making it worse, speeding on pit road while serving that penalty. Now he's a lap down.
Yeah, and it's just crushing him even more as he drives by the 21 of Austin Hill. Car is just so good, but the mistakes is what plagued the 7 all year long. And when they look back here, now the record practice wasn't a mistake. That is as bad of luck as you could possibly get, oil in front of you on the racetrack. But tonight, I really think the team and Allgaier showed up with a car that was capable, and then a couple mistakes. But look, you know, such are sports in the postseason. The pressure is real. We could talk about it. You could deflect it. You could do all of those things. But the pressure to perform, that is why we're going to celebrate this champion, Jeffrey, because this pressure is real.
It is real, but don't give up.
No,
I mean, this night is not over for Justin Allgaier. Look, it's becoming more difficult. That is clear, but there is a pathway for him to get done what he needs to get done. He's going to have some luck for it to work out, but it's not over.
You never know.
Leader has 54 green flag laps, 12 yellows, so we'll call it 60 total laps. Probably another 30 laps of fuel in the tank, so he can go all the way to about 25 to go, Dave. But what are you hearing out of the
Pretty
98?
much all the lead lap cars.
This is reminding me of his dominating
all you need
performance
is
in
just
Las Vegas
one
last
stop
October
for
when he
fuel,
won for the
and
very first time. This 98
the last time they come to pit road, if we stay green.
Was at Indianapolis earlier this year. What a win it was! What a final couple
That
of
great
laps.
save,
as he now
too.
brings his 98 car to pit road. They would
Herbst
like to
is
win
in.
again before they are done with Stewart-Haas Racing. No plans announced for the future for Riley Herbst at this point, but at this point he's coming to pit road. You can see on the lower right they're getting 4 fresh tires and then heading back out with a full load of fuel till the end. Devin Restivo, his crew chief, told me it's been so frustrating not to win since Indy back in July. They're really headed toward doing it here tonight, Marty.
Bob was in, Jones was in and out. Chandler Smith is in.
Chandler Smith coming down pit road. They had the spin a little bit earlier. He's here making their final stop. So the window now open. What you'll see is a lot of cars coming over the next 10 laps or so.
Here comes
but
Hill.
Those who pitted at lap 95 might try to make a longer run here, Kim.
For Austin Hill,
19 is in, AJ is in.
Austin said tight across the middle, but it feels like he just shorted his front tire. Specifically, he felt like the right front might have been cording. They said, if you need to bring it to us, come now. He's down on pit road. They will make a big chassis adjustment, take 4 fresh Goodyear tires, and put fuel in, Marty.
Here comes AJ Allmendinger down pit road to match Austin Hill. He said the car fell off and just had
And
no
Custer
grip
is
at
in.
the end of the run. That's his biggest issue for fresh Goodyear tires. Dave, how about Cole Custer?
You can see him locking it up there, just
Little
trying to get
lock
it
up
into
coming
his
to
pit
the
stall and
stall.
avoid the cars there. It was just a little bit tight and then went to fairly tight another 10 laps later. So they'll make an adjustment here. Cole Custer with command before this cycle of
Did I see what I think I saw?
started happening. As far as the championship goes, that was a good stop for his crew.
So they had more fuel on board, but basically
I don't know if I saw what I thought I
As far
saw.
as I want to go, I want to kind of break up the even amount of laps on both sets of tires. And you see the
Well, I just seen a tire get away there.
Drivers. This is kind of a new
The Custer,
phenomenon
I don't
in the
know.
last
We'll
4
see
or
if
5
they
years.
what they do,
They
but
used to run
I
all the
could have
fuel out
sworn
of
I seen a
cars
tire
pretty
get away
consistently.
there.
But these teams are getting more and more aggressive on their pit calls, and we're seeing less and less yellows. That's kind of agreeing with these strategies. Now, if you're the 7 of Allgaier, this is when you need the caution, right? You need to try to get this
Wait to see if
around.
something
Currently, he's still
comes
a lap
about it,
down,
but I
though,
could have
as far
sworn
as
I
the
seen a
state of the
tire get away
racetrack.
there.
So he's still in a tough position.
There's that 7. Scored a lap down. Dave, what about Sheldon Creed in that 18?
Haven't seen anything called yet, so
most of the time. Remember, Sheldon
maybe I just didn't see it, but I could have sworn I thought I saw a tire get away on the 00 stop.
Yeah, Rick, I wondered how it was going to cycle, but looking at the monitor, right, Allgaier just still isn't in that position. As we see Daniel Dye, another Kaulig racing car, continuing to lead. Parker Kligerman in the backup is second.
Kim, what about the 48 of Parker Kligerman?
Yeah, he's kind of putting a bow on his full-time career. This is going to be the last race he runs as a full-time driver in any series. And I had the opportunity to talk to him, and he said he's gotten a little sentimental this weekend. He said it's
kind of sad for Parker.
on his career.
He's not going to be full-time anymore.
And he said, you know, when you get into racing, you never think about what the end is going to look like. But he's been very happy with his performance the last couple of years. The team has a special sticker on each side of each B post that thank him. They also put a banner across the pit stall that was a surprise for Parker, just thanking him, showing all the paint schemes he's run while he's been with Big Machine. Right now, Parker, though, he just said tight on the center, maybe needs a little more center turn for the last run of the race.
Green flag pit stop cycling through, and with that, Parker Kligerman was scored and is scored up front. Riley Herbst now second, and he's already been to pit road.
Continue to follow it.
This program is brought to you
Less
by
than 50 to go in the
Tableau
Xfinity
TV.
Series season.
Start watching TV for free with Tableau.
Switching to Tableau has really been a money saver.
Without a monthly subscription is amazing.
Order today at TableauTV.com.
Say you're looking for the perfect present. Head to the perfect place. A place with gifts that light up a face as well as a room. Where it's easy to find the brands they'll love and the advice you trust. That place isn't a warehouse store. That place is your local Ace. Around the block, what you need in stock, with service so good it's guaranteed. This Christmas, get free assembly and delivery on your new grill at Ace.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
And now your action weather broadcast. We've got shifting weather conditions on the horizon. Expect high winds, scattered thunderstorms, cold fronts, and dense fog. It's a wild one out there.
Toyota trucks. Let's go places.
I think I'm literally gonna have to.
With so much great entertainment.
I think I'm literally gonna have to.
Wouldn't it be easier?
Start taking the adage of like Tom Grossi does the P for the D.
Place?
My favorites.
I think in this case it's the walk away for the yellow.
Get Xfinity Stream Saver with
Walk away
Netflix,
for the yellow.
Apple TV
Damn,
Plus, and
Alfredo
Peacock
took a
included
hit.
for only $15 a month.
We had
All
a
right,
tire go
got your home and
down.
auto bundled, and you saved hundreds.
Oh, that's nice with the economy and all.
Yeah,
What's
clearly
the
right
economy?
front.
Where do we start?
What isn't the economy?
Destroyed the right front of that car.
It is, it's so many things.
Right.
Look, all you really need to know is that Progressive can save you money without sacrificing
Well,
quality.
we'll see what that does
You
now.
follow?
I'll just look it up.
That went well.
Febreze. Hi, I use Febreze
Problem
Fade
is,
Defy Plus.
is
And I
Algar's
use
still gonna
this.
have to make his
Febreze
last
has
stop.
a microchip to control scent release, so it smells first day
So-
fresh for 50 days. 50 days? And its refill reminder light means I'll never miss a day of freshness. Febreze Plug.
The championship race is at hand.
Also, I love it like
Final
using that
contenders
Van
line
Halen
up
song.
in the desert.
There is so much on the
Unchained.
Only one will be champion. The season-long quest boils down to a single day.
Who's got the magic?
By nightfall, one
Custer
driver
still
will
leads the
forever be
championship
etched
four.
in NASCAR history.
It's still Custer,
The NASCAR
Allmendinger,
Championship from Phoenix on NBC.
Hill, Algar. The
and
question is
Peacock.
where Justin is in the running order. I think he is on the lead lap right now. Yeah,
The caution has come out. It was Anthony Alfredo into the wall, and what a break for the 7 of Justin Allgaier. Take a look at this, though.
See how
Anthony
they
Alfredo,
score him, but
big hit for the 5.
Oh yeah, it
This
just
is a big hit. Looks like the right
completely
front
came
goes
apart.
down.
Right, that was right as he
That
was
is a
coming to the
big
corner.
Impact. Look at it from this angle. Oh,
Yeah.
that is hard hit.
Shorten that one up.
It narrowed that car up. And that is exactly what this team needed.
All right,
We
man,
said it wasn't over.
Sir. Excitement in the 7-pin, and now some decisions have to be made, right? I mean, we just saw the leaders come to pit road, but
Well, now the question is, what do you do?
can
40,
you afford to give
basically about 40 to
Allgaier
go. We figure about 40 to
6 or
go
7
when they
lap
get the
fresher tires
restart
than you
here.
with 43 laps to go? I just don't know if you could afford. So, does Allmendinger, does Hill, does Custer, do they come get tires, or if you're Custer, who currently has the best track position, do you stay on the racetrack? It's going to be a tough call with everything on the line.
Cole Custer has about 6
You know how
green
dangerous
flag
that
laps on
would
his
be?
tires.
Remember when
To basically
Allmendinger
make it so a
had
tire
about
explodes?
a 6-lap advantage? He was going by guys. And
I understand there's certain ways you could feed into
does
some
that
conspiracy
mean that
theories
these
like
other
that, but
drivers
to make
have
them
to come
think
to
that
pit road
tires
and
would
not give
explode,
Allgaier that advantage?
That's really the question. Is pit road
that
continues to
is
stay
so
closed
dangerous.
Well, look, if you're A.J. Allmendinger, he
I
has
think
been
to even
vocal.
consider.
He can't win this race and beat the guys he needs to beat without doing something different. So what is that? Is that pitting now?
I was going to say.
Right? Or is that waiting and hoping you get a caution late and then come get tires? But it gives Allmendinger an opportunity with a car that's not as fast to play the game a little bit differently than others.
All right, let's check in with the pit box.
Well, it's just, I'm going to call it that way because, like I said, I can understand
Wow, my goodness.
reasoning for certain things happening. But to try to reason that that is even a thing, I mean, how dangerous that would be to the drivers.
And here we are. All of a sudden, he's right back in the mix.
I mean, we saw the lick that
got a great opportunity to win this race.
Christmas game in November
Alfredo
for
just
Justin
took.
Allgaier and his team right now. Can they take advantage of this? And what are the other guys going to do to try to match that?
That's going to see, and we said it earlier, between his ears. What's he going to do? He thought he was out just like everybody else did.
I did too.
Now he's back in and could be in the catbird seat, guys.
Wow.
Well, pits are open. We'll see if anybody makes the duck.
Which section did I speed in? He doesn't want to make that same mistake. We heard Jim Pullman say, just drop me at least one
Looks like
light
I think that's Zet Mayer.
so that we don't get caught for speeding on pit road. So now with pit road open,
Yeah,
there you
Mayer,
see
it
the
looks like
7
Mayer
on
was
its
the
way
first to
in.
come.
The
Jones,
21 also following him down. So
Allgaier and
on the
Hill.
same strategy. Kim.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a last-minute call for the 21, ultimately deciding they needed to come. Andrew Street telling his team, we have to gamble. This might be our only shot to win the championship. Austin saying it fired off decent that time on pit road. And then it feels like they're back on the free side, which is where he wants to be. He said not sure what happened on that last set of tires. He did have some cording on the right front, so let's watch this crew go to work. He has been one of the best crews all year long. They'll take 4 fresh Goodyear tires, Sunoco fuel, Marty.
We're going to have basically roughly a little more than 40 to go. And trouble on the right front for Hill's crew.
He said the only thing I need is to turn a little bit better in the center of the corner. Now back on the lead lap and fresh tires. What can Allgaier do with it? 41 to go here in the championship race in Phoenix.
Home sweet home. The North Pole has been taken.
There's worse ways to go out than trying to save Santa Claus.
Is my face still there? That was so embarrassing.
Red 1, rated PG-13, only in theaters
That was
Friday.
so stupid. Don't be wrong, the cast looks awesome for it, but that movie looks so damn stupid.
Our comms have to work.
Or the mission won't.
That's why we partner with Verizon Frontline, the network that truly prioritizes first responders.
So we don't worry about getting through. And they're the most reliable 5G network in America.
I know, I'm not going to see it.
Reliability is everything.
Extreme or routine, Verizon Frontline delivers.
The #1 network choice in public safety. Learn more. Your mission is our purpose.
After serving our country, veterans continue to serve right here at home. They're coaches, entertainers, small business owners, bringing their dedication and skills to the communities they love. At Wounded Warrior Project on Veterans Day and every day, we honor your service, and we're grateful for your commitment to making a difference. You are living proof that
Well, you and Jacob
service,
can go together.
anything is possible.
You and Hamill can go together, Jacob. Share popcorn. I am gonna be a hard pass.
Celsius, essential energy.
I'll say officially tomorrow random, but unofficially, I mean, it should be obvious who I'm pulling for.
And then they wake up.
I mean, I'm basically gonna say for sure. I'll say on the cup stream tomorrow, but it should be kind of. Yeah, that explains because of
There's an easier way to bank and get up to $500 in 5 minutes or less when you download Dave.
This is the story of the one. The one knows the unexpected can put everything on the line. But with a teammate like Granger, she's confident that she will always win the day. Call, click, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Wednesday on Inside the NFL, our pros look ahead to next weekend's games, plus Coach Belichick's game plan and Chad Johnson's predictions. You don't want to miss Inside the NFL, Wednesday at 9, 8 Central on the CW. Where are the Champ 4 running? Well, right now it's Cole Custer looking to defend his title. He's third.
Let's see what happens.
AJ Allmendinger in that 7th spot.
30, I believe 38 to go.
Lap, running 13th.
I'm waiting to see when they show the thing, but I think it is 38 to go.
The 7th car of Allgaier, the 21 of Austin Hill. Those two drivers
Allgaier
need
and Hill on
good
fresh
restarts
tires.
right here. They need to take advantage of these new tires.
Herbst the leader, Love in second.
Laps to go in the season.
38 to go in the season. Who wins the race? Who wins the title? We're back green at Phoenix. And look at them fan out. Now, if you're Allgaier and Hill, you have got to go. There's no laying back now.
98 of Riley Herbst. Love running in the 2nd spot. Custer holding on
Hill
to
and Allgaier bumper to bumper down there at the bottom.
He needed to get away from the 7 and the 21, and it is not
somebody
working
up the hill, 4 wide.
Connor Zillage on the outside, and the
3 wide now.
He takes 3rd away.
Smith
and now
falling back.
For 2nd with Jesse Love.
And the 7, right side of the screen, now has the 21 of Austin Hill to his left.
Hill way down on the bottom of the racetrack.
Uncharted waters there for the 21. Way down on the inside of 1 and 2. Are the fresher tires going to work for Allgaier?
Right now they're still 3rd and 4th.
37 to go is a long time to see if he can run down the
36
double
to
zero.
go.
It's the 16 and the double zero in front, on board with Hill.
I think the double zero Custer, I think he's in trouble right here. He's just didn't get the restart he needed.
I don't know if I'd say that, Jeff. If they start running laps here,
or the 21 can pick up some spots here in the next few laps.
And he starts pulling a little bit of a gap on these two, I think that's going to be the difference.
Very tight racing.
I think the fresh tires help if you get multiple cautions. If we get a long green flag run, I don't think they're going to run them down.
Big pass right there.
Again, we saw it yesterday in the truck, last night in the truck race.
Every position he passes early in this
Christian Etkiss and Grant Enfinger were on fresher tires and the 2 in front of them, and they could not run them down.
Trying to go by the closest Champ 4 competitor that he can get to, and that's AJ Allmendinger in the 16.
We'll see. I know Allgaier probably has had the 2nd best car of the championship 4.
Use that outside line in the 18 and go
to
past
Custer,
the 7.
if not better than
Here comes
Custer.
The 21 also of Hill.
7 car is just not doing what Justin needs it to do right now.
The problem is these guys are in traffic.
A little higher line, maybe some momentum.
Custer has at least some breathing room where he's at.
The 16 of Allmendinger, so
these guys are stuck racing each other and these other cars too.
Move. Got around the 16 and has some momentum on corner exit to the bumper of the 18.
81 of Chandler Smith all the way down, cutting the dog leg. Now Allmendinger trying that apron through 1 and 2.
18-ish Creed here.
Good run on corner exit. Not good enough to get to the outside, but forward momentum entering into
The thing we got to watch here is an interval between those guys and Custer.
Pushed him up the racetrack a little bit, but now the momentum back in the hands of the 18 of Creed.
And all of the championship
about
cars
a 2nd and 8/10.
Allgaier 7th, Allmendinger, 8th, 9th, and 10th.
Just under 2
Allgaier,
seconds
Allmendinger,
behind
Hill.
the double zero.
Custer's out there in 3rd, just trying to make some lap time.
With what'll be 31 to go.
Riley Herbst up front. Jesse Love running 2nd.
The 98 pretty much has been the best car tonight in terms of the race.
The Champ 4
He leads it.
Running in the 3rd position.
If you're Austin Hill, you've got to be thinking.
And somebody on the radio just said go time, which yeah, it pretty much is go time.
Is through that 7 car. You have to assume you're going to catch those other 2 guys, and when you do, you need to be leading this race or leading the battle.
Now you have to
right now, Allgaier and Hill have got through Allmendinger, so
30 to go.
Well, it remains between them
about 2.5 seconds
and the double zero.
Allgaier and also
basically about 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, this battle has slowed them down.
But it's not. I would say it's cars between them and Custer. It's that gap, that 2.5 second gap.
Which lets him make faster lap time.
That's what you need to make up.
Trying to get to the outside of the 18. He's got it.
Which under green with
very creative.
29 to go. I don't know. It's going to be close. We have to keep track of lap times.
Now up to 7. If you're playing a slot machine right now, it's pretty good for Allgaier.
And that he just ran.
Yeah.
Ran the third fastest.
7 cars, 7th.
Faster than Cole Custer.
He's going to look to do the same now.
That's what he's got to do. They've got to be pulling lap times quicker than the double zero, basically to the end of the race.
Really agrees with the 7 car.
And now only 2 cars between he and the double zero.
Yeah, I thought 30 to go wasn't going to be enough
to
time.
2.2 seconds.
2 laps, the complexion changes.
It's still about 2 seconds separating Custer.
And that's what I'm looking at. I'm not looking at the cars. I'm not looking at the laps. I'm looking at that gap. He's got to make up that gap in 27 laps.
Double zero now is the one in traffic. The 7 clear track ahead. The 21 behind, 3 wide for the 21.
Eric Almirola in the 20, falling back behind the 18 of Creed.
Yeah, it is. It's roughly about 2 seconds.
In this, his first championship 4 experience.
With 27 to go.
Full guy, but I think I even gave up hope on the 7. I didn't think there was a pathway forward in that green flag cycle. It was very chaotic.
They could give him the positions.
Plan,
it's the gap that they've got to watch. Which right now, Custer's got 3/10 of a second on the 2 team cars adjusting.
Right now, the championship is within his sight. He sees that double zero.
He's got to be making up that gap, though.
He and Cole Custer, that ignites the fire, Steve. That when a driver sees
that's what he's got to be making
26 to go. That's the guy I got to get. You're going to see Allgaier trying to ramp up the speed even more.
If we go back 8 months, you'll get the mindset of Allgaier. He told us it's a different mindset because of the way this season has gone, and we see smoke behind the 26 and slow on the racetrack.
Down below the apron, down against the wall.
Here, Jeffrey Earnhardt, we know he had a battery issue.
Looks like he'll make it back to pit road.
I was talking about 8 months ago when they were here at Phoenix.
25 to go.
Allgaier was out in front of this field, 5 laps remaining in the race, and cut a tire. Got into the wall, finished 29th in that race. And he just said there have been times like that all season long when something happens, when we're out front, or
Allgaier, of course, was a part of the championship 4 here a year ago.
Something happens and we have an issue. Well, now Allgaier, he's got the steering wheel in hand. He's running 6th, and he can see his closest competitor in front of him.
1.5 seconds
right
now, the difference.
Might be getting held up by Jesse Love.
Well, it's not going to be very long. Custer going around
Got to
Love.
make this pass right here. Have to clear Jesse Love. Cannot let Jesse Love hold you up.
That's what you got to do. You got to gas it up. It's time to take. It's time to squeeze the 2 up the racetrack the best you can. Turn left, shortcut him, and hope you could slide him into turn 1. Love's going to fight back on the outside.
Love's got kind of the preferred lane, I think, down here.
Double zero. Now in the sights of the 7 of Allgaier.
And now Zilich in that 88. He's going to try to get to the outside. So now Custer being aggressive, which he has to do. He could lose a spot. You got to take it right here. You got to find a way to clear this 2 car. Look at the 88.
Here comes Zilich in the 88.
The fight's on now back here. This is where the
into this championship. Well,
Herbst have kind of pulled away for the race win. I think he's pretty much, we stay green, I think Herbst is going to win the race.
To the double zero.
But the battle is back here. This is where we're keeping an eye with Custer and Allgaier.
Allgaier is in frame.
Yeah, there he
21 to go.
The double zero has to be feeling the pressure. He thought he had a chance. Now the 2 is way up the racetrack.
Give me some Jaws music, baby. What do you say?
Give me some
Jaws music. Allgaier thinks he can get him.
Cannot clear Jesse Love, and that has cost him tons of track position.
Cole Custer, a champion a year ago.
Well, any way you want to read into this.
Now everyone
Custer is surrounded by a bunch of Chevrolets.
Second lead over Jesse Love, who
obviously we mentioned just somebody pointed out the teammates, so Hamilton pointed out the two teammates, but he is surrounded by a bunch of Chevrolets, two behind him and one in front of him.
That 0-0, running the bottom like that just grinds the tires off.
Now the gap has closed even more between the 7 and the 0-0.
Considering what happened last week with Chevrolet, I mean, I'm putting it past that they wouldn't at least try to help their fellow Chevrolet.
Well, the 88's now to his outside.
18 to go. Excuse me, 19 to go.
Such a difference, Steve. If Cole could have cleared that 2-car and gotten in front of him, then he could be on full offense. But now he's having to play some defense.
Connor Zilich has been working the inside, the outside. Sam Mayer also in the picture in the 1.
Well, the thing is, I'm actually surprised that Mayer and Zilich aren't trying more to get to this 0-0.
For Justin Allgaier.
I mean, Justin's there, and he's going to be a part of this, but
Allgaier found that
I'm surprised the 88, the 1 aren't trying to challenge Custer a little bit more than what they are.
Other cars. You have to wonder if the 0-0 can.
I don't know if they have the car that can get to
That's really what worked
Custer.
for Jesse Love up here at the front of the train, right? He was forced to the outside by the 0-0.
17 to go.
And I think it's helped the two now that he's running the second lane. Look at him, not even trying to get to the yellow line.
While this battle is going on, Riley Herbst is waving goodbye. He is 3.5 seconds ahead of this group.
Yeah, trying to check out on the field.
Well, not necessarily at Phoenix, though,
What
Jacob.
not
necessarily at Phoenix, but
if he could end up in victory lane.
Now the 7
Herbst leads the race.
7 of Allgaier. He got.
He's gone.
Group.
He's gone for the
Nothing
race
has
lead.
happened since that. Really, he
Well, I think it's pretty much it's Riley's race to win at this point. But the battle for the title is what we're watching back here.
Motorsports right now. Running
16 to go.
4th, 5th, and 6th with Zilich, Mayer, and Allgaier. And Allgaier can't get by him.
And the thing is, the question is when does that plateau point come in, too? Because there's going to come a point, I think, where the new tires plateau.
That right there is why. As long as the 88 can't get him off his line, I think the 0-0 needed something different for his car. It was a risk I think he had to take. Let's look at the lap time. Is that an improvement for Custer? He was running about a 29.4, 4th quickest on the racetrack that time by.
Dave.
You heard it on the radio, got to move up. Earlier in the race, Cole Custer knew that the 7 was so much better than him on the long run. He opined about it to his crew, and they have worked on this 0-0 car for the long run. But the 7 is.
You see the gap on screen? That's the gap for the championship right now. The gap between that blue and red 0-0 and the red number 7.
And remember, you just have to finish in front of the other 3.
Whoever finishes ahead of the other wins the
right
championship.
Now, Cole Custer holds that coveted position.
The 7 of Allgaier.
Justin went to the top lane.
He saw the 0-0 move up the racetrack. Allgaier having to try something different. He went to the top.
Momentum. Can he close the gap on
13
Sam Mayer?
to go this time.
This is so intense inside
Riley
the race
Herbst
car.
out front,
you know
in control of the race.
The laps are winding down for a championship. You have to find every thousandth of a second in that race car. The danger is pushing too hard, trying too hard. Get the
Austin
car
Hill
in the
just behind this group is Austin Hill.
By 10 feet,
You can't rule out Hill. Hill is still close enough to be a factor.
But he has to be willing to do it if he's
AJ runs 11th.
Cole Custer giving so much credit to JT.
Justin gets one of his 2 teammates.
Wanting to get them.
That's now the 88 between himself and the 0-0. 12 to go at Phoenix.
Rick, speaking of.
Yeah, so the upper lane worked for the 7, but now 2 cars behind him is the 21 of Austin Hill. You can see Jonathan Toney mesmerized by the screen. Jim Pullman focused on it as well. The 7 is under attack, though. The one's behind him, the 21
behind him. It will be 11 to go in Phoenix.
This all changed when the 0-0 decided to move up a lane. That was a gamble that was either going to end it or save him.
And Austin Hill is not going to mess around with the 1 of Sam Mayer. He's got to get
and
this.
What's going to the X factor in this now is this 21.
Laps to go in the championship.
Because if Hill gets to race in Algar, he can allow Custer to get away.
Up and down. Top of the screen, you see the 0-0 now is 88 to his left side. That's not going to allow him to turn down on corner exit. He has to be very careful. That would hurt his corner exit, but he's
10 to go. 10 laps to go in Phoenix.
Cole Custer gave him something different. Went to the bottom of the racetrack.
Oh, I like it. I think Cole has a shot right here to pass the 2 in the next lap or 2. And to your point, Jeff, that could be the championship. In front of the 2
if Custer gets around Love, I think it's over for the ones behind him.
Gas it up.
If he gets around the 2, he's going to have the clean air and be able to get away. Right now, there's still a chance I think Allgaier and Hill could get to him if he stays in this.
Connor Zilic with a run on that inside line.
But if he clears this 2 car, he'll have a clean racetrack in front of him.
In this 7 car.
This could be the championship right here.
You know Justin's going to give it everything he's got.
Right here. A real high line out of the 00 this time. Very tight
Love's car is getting loose there up ahead, too.
But right now he's got Love blocking and the 88 of Zilic trying to get by.
Custer did not have good exit speed that time. Zilic underneath him.
Oh, that's going to pull him back a little bit.
Keep this 88 behind him.
Is he going to go to the high lane? Yes, he is.
Now for the championship.
Justin's going to run low.
Between the 00 and the 7.
Custer to the outside of Zilic.
But he couldn't complete that pass. He's on the outside.
Here comes
now.
Justin.
What will he do?
Oh, the 88 is sideways.
Up the racetrack. Here comes Allgaier.
Allgaier's going to get his teammate, but Custer clears.
To the inside of Zilic.
7 to go in Phoenix.
7 laps to go.
And all they can see is each other.
The title tightening up. Here comes Allgaier.
Cole Custer's got to narrow up. He's got to be
6 to
lower.
go.
He likes the top, but he's widened it up too much.
Custer versus Allgaier.
Really tight turn for Allgaier.
And Allgaier send it in there.
Allgaier out in front.
Allgaier gets ahead.
In front of him.
What a drive with fresh tires from the back after such an up and down night.
Ooh, Custer really sent it in there.
Allgaier under 6 laps to go.
It's still close.
Cole Custer had a real good
5 laps to go for Riley Herbst. This is the battle for the championship.
Now just 5 laps remaining.
Some traffic up front for the 7.
I said I thought the battle was going to be between these 2.
The 2 of Jesse Love.
It may very well be that way.
The 7 down.
Custer to the high lane. Allgaier runs low. 4 laps to go in Phoenix.
One of the cars. They got by the 53.
Cole Custer shifting on both ends of the racetrack.
Hill is just behind these 2 as well.
Clear the 42.
Lap cars do a nice job out of the way, but the 00 has not moved off the bumper of the 7. 4 to go.
4 miles left. In the
Basically, not even a car length separates these 2.
Cole Custer could not get by him. Now Allgaier trying to drive underneath him.
Well, now the 2 cars going to come into play for Allgaier.
Allgaier, what a weekend!
3 laps to go in Phoenix.
From all the way in the back at the start of this race to now in front and leading the championship forward. But
here comes a run out of Custer.
Again. Cole Custer with a little run. Under 3 laps to go. Caution's come out.
Caution is out. 42 around.
And Leland Honeyman brings out caution number 6. A restart could determine the champion in 2024.
Well, with 45 laps on the tires, I'm not sure this is a no-brainer on what to do. I think this becomes a very difficult decision.
Now what do you do?
Only 14 cars on the lead lap. Justin
You're going to have most likely an overtime.
The 21 of Austin Hill, I don't believe, has any tires in his pits. Cole Custer, I believe, also has some tires in his pits. Marty, I know you're down there on pit road. Dave and Kim.
What do you do?
When we look at these 3 championship cars, who has tires available? Marty, Allgaier should have 2. Is that correct?
Yeah, correct. He has right side tires, Steve, but I don't know. Do you give up that track position even
Custer
if it's
has
just
fresh
for 2
tires
to come here for an overtime restart?
Justin has 2 fresh ones.
The 7 car has a set. There they are. Nice fresh Goodyear
tires. No, they do have
a
set.
Is
7
ready.
does.
They are still talking about it.
And then Kim on the 21?
Yeah, and for Austin Hill, they use that last set of stickers when they
Hill does not have fresh tires.
Caution, so they just have scuffs. Austin also said he felt like the right front was going right. Remember they had that weird run where he corded the right front? He feels similar to that, but they only have scuffs left on the wall.
So that's important to know. So now if you know the 21
just when
only
you
has
thought
scuffs,
this race had been sorted, had been...
So can you give him the track
we knew
position?
it.
The other thing that matters is with all the guys that aren't
Now
racing for
what
the
happens?
championship, what are they going to do? Are they going to separate you? Are they going to put new tires, line up right behind you if you stay out? And those guys will impact their strategy, what they do, how many tires they have left. They're going to impact who can win this championship.
I say it all the time, Rick. You tell me how many are going to pit, I'll tell you what you should do. That is really the impossible thing. If you pit and take tires and you line up 1 row or 2 rows back, you got them.
I don't know. I think they're opening. Are they opening in this?
But if you come out 3 or 4 rows back with some other guys that decide to stay out, it's going to be a tough decision.
Bug's
Here we
going to
go.
come.
Green lights on the pit. Looks like a left turn.
Pit entry light.
Yeah, the 7 and the 00 are hitting it.
Championship. Who can get the stop to their driver?
Yep.
Steve, you mentioned it. The teams.
All the leaders are in.
Sport, and we'll find out who can win it as a team. Dave.
Best friends Shane Papala and Dakota Ratcliffe. They changed
see the pit crew. Let's see what they do. Which pit crew can
Austin Hill on pit
win
road
this
in that
race?
21 car, bottom left of your screen. They will take those scuffed tires. We'll look at that right front when it comes off of Austin Hill.
Cluster stop.
The handling really
down and away.
Better for AJ Allmendinger, but they're going to come down here for fresh tires for him. A little bit too
AJ's in.
And for Justin
Allgaier, Jesse Love may have gotten the lead. Hill with 2 tires.
Right now, they're actually going to go with 4 tires for
Hill took 2 tires. Love's going to get out with next one out. Ooh, Justin spun him.
On the 7 is going to cost him 2 spots. The 21 all year long. We've talked about the pit crew of the 21, and here he is, the first.
Two tires for Austin Hill.
Allgaier couldn't get out of his box.
Yes.
They did that stop, and he just spun the tires.
Yeah, it wasn't a great stop, but also he could not get rolling at all. He was sitting there spinning the tires, and the car was hardly going forward. Watch this.
So some trouble.
Yeah, I think Justin's car just did not take off.
Trying to come over to the left. I think this is where the real issue happens.
I don't know if he can hang on with the 2 tires, though. On the oldest tires, I don't know if that thing's going to take off.
Sitting there spinning the rear tires, it's not having forward momentum.
I think Hill, I understand the decision they made. I just don't know if that's going to work out for him.
For scuffs.
Especially when you fan out on these restarts.
On the 21 car.
Just checked in with the team. They are 7-lap scuffs. So how do you feel about Austin's chances? He's out front, but he has scuffed
I don't know.
tires.
I don't like the fact they're sitting on those old tires.
On the 21, I couldn't tell from the pit stop how many tires they changed on the 21.
Yeah, the graphics said 2.
That's my question. Because he passed the 98.
It looked to me like they took 2 tires, but
to reset as well. I believe it's 2 tires. We're hearing now a 7-second stop. So 2 scuffed tires on the right side of the 21. Kim will go get us an answer for sure. Technology's good, but we want to make sure we 100% know as we set the stage here.
There's a lot of people that'd be upset if he wins the title. Granted, I don't like the guy either, but
and again, the reason
they end up pulling this off, it would be for that call.
Jr. in the 42.
Oh, he got turned.
There you see him sideways.
That was SVG. It looked like the 97 got the back of him.
Not able to continue rolling, and so the caution came out, which means a restart. It means overtime. And Austin Hill, what a stop they had. Kim, have we got verification on how many tires?
Yes, verification, right sides only.
Should have been because that looked like that was the 97.
Right now, the decision where to make the choose. The bottom nor the top has worked well for Austin, but he's got clean air, so we'll see what he decides.
Well, the pit crew has got him out there. Now, what do you do with it, Steve? That's the question. Are those 2 scuffed bright side tires, are they enough to compete against 4
It looked like the side number on the car was 97.
He just wanted a chance to muscle up. I think this is the chance, right? They would much rather have fresh tires to put on it. A lot of things you would like to do different to get you in this spot. And Allgaier would like to have a car they didn't have to drive so hard.
In Hill's boat, he does have his teammate
here we are. This is where
in the 2 car behind him.
This is the hand that they're currently dealt.
I know he wants the ball late in the game. However,
my thing is
how he can do it on
old 2 tires.
I just don't know that this car is going to have
He's not going to hang on for the win. I think Herbst is the car for the win here. But
Still waiting on the choose to determine.
We'll see how wild it gets with Custer and Allgaier trying to run it down.
What do you think?
You know, as a driver, this position you want to be in, you want it in your hands. But when you're at a little bit of a deficit, as Austin Hill is, I think you just give it everything you possibly have and hope that you can get the most from those tires.
Yeah, and Brad knows this. And when you're in a championship game, give me the ball. That's what you. Yeah. They've given these guys the ball. Now it's, do they step up?
This could get fun. Remember the finish for the title here 3 years ago.
One of these guys is going to come out of championship.
Daniel
One of them's
Hemrick.
going to be the champion, and they deserve it. But in this position,
no doubt about it. This is the opportunity you want. This is legacy-making stuff.
Yep.
Rick, we're going to see a champion crowned here in just
the
a few
19
laps.
and 22. Was that right saying that?
Is this the only attempt at overtime? Will we see a second attempt at overtime?
Let's just say the battle for the championship here at 21 and how it came down. We very well could see that here.
I got the best driver right here sitting behind the wheel. And you're going to make it happen for me, okay? That's just the way it's going to be. Get up, make it happen.
It was him? Yeah, okay. I wanted to make sure I was right saying
Cheering
that.
that drive on. He's won 25 times in the Xfinity Series. He's top 10 all-time as far as wins. He just does not have this championship
Remember.
yet.
So, Jeff, where do you line
I'll clarify it again. It's been stated tonight. Not sure everybody here in the chat knows it, but if you don't know it,
but remember,
highest finisher of the four. The race win does not matter. It's the highest finisher of the four.
And he has picked up spots. I think the 00 wants to be on the top, but if the 21 goes to the top, I would be nervous about going up there with him. And there's the
21 went to the top. Custer went to the top. Allgaier went to the top. They all went to the top.
Custer, no chance. The 7 went with Cole Custer.
All three of them went to the top.
The tail for the championship contenders.
So we won't have to worry about them changing lanes early if they're going to be on the top lane.
00 and then the 7.
If you wrote the script, you couldn't make it up, Rick. You couldn't make it up if it was a movie script. I like the top. I think it won't look great right away, but if you can get clean into 1 and 2, I think your best chance to win the race is to exit turn 2 with momentum off the top lane.
The problem I have with the top, and we're going to find out what's going to happen, it's going to get wild in turn
2
1
laps.
And at the start-finish line. But the 7 of Allgaier,
if we take the white flag, next flag ends the race, which could determine a champion.
Underneath them, and the 21 is on old tires.
Here we go.
Nervous for the outside row behind Hill. How are they going to get
2 laps to settle the Xfinity Series Championship and the season.
Back there. I know he's not in the mix, but if these 3 get as aggressive as we think they could, that could bring Allmendinger into it.
Here we go. 2 to go in Phoenix. We take the white flag, next flag ends the race. If we get a caution before the white, we re-rack him and do it again. Back under green at Phoenix, and look at the restart for Custer and Allgaier.
He tried to go high.
Oh, he tried to look high, he tried to look low.
Both trying to get by that 21 as they dive into turn
Custer's
1.
going to try to get to his outside. Allgaier back to the inside.
Allgaier's going to pass.
Allgaier through.
Custer tried to get to the outside of the 21.
Oh, and we got a yellow. 31's in the wall.
That will probably bring a caution out. Does it get
Yep.
out? Yes, it does. Before
it will be out before the white.
So it will be another overtime.
But a great restart by Allgaier, and that's going to separate him potentially.
Real late there for the yellow, though. I mean,
but potentially that's going to
I don't understand how we saw the
cars
31 was around sitting on the racetrack. I don't understand why it took him that long to throw the yellow.
To go get it done, that 1 and 2 was a career corner for the 7 of Allgaier. You mentioned that the 00 kind of got up top, trying to get to the right side of the 21. The 7 crossed him over. What a move.
All right, no mistakes. So Allgaier is now right behind Love. Looks like Riley Herbst is questioning the positioning. So he's driving beside the 7 now.
Yeah, so basically what NASCAR does right here is they go back to the last loop crossed under green flag
Justin did have a look to his inside. I know Custer's not going to be happy with the 21 because the 21 was basically holding him up.
To do that. That's how you signify to the tower you question the lineup. You ride side by side. They'll quickly offset where everybody needs to be.
Let's go back and revisit that restart. Everybody got really aggressive. Remember, Austin Hill with older tires. We talked about how is this going to work on the outside. Billy Allgaier tries to get to the outside of Custer.
Do I want to say it?
Make it work. Watch the 00.
Do I want to say it?
Work, but the 21 doesn't
Because I could say it.
He doesn't stay in the middle lane. It doesn't allow Cole Custer to get
obviously
to the
nothing came of it, but
Allgaier
Do you want me to say it?
Drove to the bottom of the 21 and got his spot.
6th second.
It looked to be like Justin may have jumped a little to the right early there before the start-finish line.
Of Cole Custer got so bottled up behind
he may have been okay. I think it might have been past the start-finish line, but
that 7 of Allgaier.
Exactly, and this is the reason for the caution.
Oh yeah, they just got stacked up back there.
You can see 3-4 wide getting into turn 1. Eventually, it's not going to work out for somebody.
Yeah, it was Parker Retzlaff that ended up around. Big hit. Yeah, hard into the wall from the back of that car. Listen in to Cole Custer's radio.
21 just yeah, for sure. He saw me going top and he just stopped us.
He did. Listen, the 21 knew the 00 was looking outside. The 21's racing for a championship, and he made a defensive move up the racetrack. That's what the 21's supposed to do. I have no problem at all with that move from this driver right here of the 21. I think Austin Hill did what he needed. His play-by-play is pretty accurate. Custer would be great at our jobs because it did stop him. And the 7, the ability for the 7 to get checked up and turn middle 3 wide, Jeff, was really the move.
Well, look, I'm not saying that. I'm not even so sure that Hill intentionally meant to be there. Remember, he's on older tires. That's why I didn't like them lining up behind him. How is he going to get to the outside? Austin Hill has no choice but to carry speed into turn 1 on older tires. There's no way it's going to stay in its lane the way the other cars are on fresh tires. That's why I didn't like them lining up behind him.
All right. Well, now you're the 7. So where are you going to line up now?
Whatever the front row is. Whatever that 2 car
goes. So you'll line up bottom front row.
Whatever that 2 car
I don't know. I think the outside's been the momentum
lane.
lane.
The front row. I want to take control of this.
I know they're saying that. I wouldn't go to the bottom row risk of somebody getting the outside.
It was really quick, actually.
Like he's won a few of these things.
That's what Jeff's going to say.
Marty, what about the
Bert's going to say.
Justin Allgaier asked the spotter Eddie DeHunt, would the 2 be willing to give me the top lane now that his teammate is not a factor? Eddie DeHunt did ask that question, but I agree with you, Jeff. I think they are thinking front row, wherever that needs to be, but they would like the top, Kim.
And for Austin Hill, he told his team he tried to do everything he could on that last restart. Remember, he's got older tires, took those scuffs on the right side. The team trying to rally him, tell him we're proud of you. Still, anything can happen.
Keep in mind, we could still see another caution
to pick up a couple of positions here on the
we can still see another caution.
Checkered overtime last year that took Custer to the championship, Marty.
A.J. Allmendinger did not get the start that he wanted on the last restart, Dave, but these short runs could play to their favor. Sitting in 10th right now, but as crazy as that last one was, you never know what can happen here in the final few laps here at Phoenix.
Yeah, that's one thing we've learned, Marty. You just never know what can happen. How many times have we seen it, Rick? You can't predict it.
And don't forget, Jesse Love
in
that 2 car. He's here to win a race.
You don't know what to see, what's going to happen. So
he wants to win this race. He's going to do what he has to. Every indication is that he is going to go the top right here. He's up the racetrack behind the pace car. He wants
the top.
Take
the top. Justin will take the low.
That's where he
Watching
goes.
Custer and Hill back there. Hill's going to take the bottom. Custer will take the top.
So we just got a great update from our 4 drivers that are racing for a drivers' championship this season. But Rick, you've mentioned it a couple times. I know it's complicated for a fan that doesn't follow the Xfinity Series a lot. But the 20 car, the second car on the inside, driven by Eric Almirola, runs multiple drivers. But they're eligible for the Owners' Championship. They have won. They have gone through the same bracket as these other guys. They've continued to advance. I only say that because I think, as you mentioned, Jesse Love here to win a race. Well, Eric Almirola is here to win an Owners' Championship, and he is racing the 7 of Allgaier for the Owners' Championship. JRM is in that battle as well. We will see if this changes.
As I said the previous restart,
the field in the hands of
we're going to
Jesse
take
Love.
the green here, 2 laps. We get the white flag, next flag ends the race. We get a caution before the white. We re-rack them and do it again.
He knows
Is
how to win
this
these races.
the last
For Joe
restart?
Gibbs, going there to run a limited schedule was about these moments.
Who's the best at restarts?
2 laps to go at Phoenix.
To potentially this restart
Is
right
this the
here
last
to
restart?
A champion.
And we're back green in Phoenix. Ooh, Love couldn't quite get going. Side by side without 3 wide!
Here comes the
Allgaier's just squeezed the 2 car.
The 21 up the
Ooh, and I don't think Herbst is at all happy with Allgaier.
Riley Herbst running second.
They'll come to the white. Next flag will end the race.
You can hear it in his voice. Eddie DeHaan, the spotter for the 7. Get to that white flag. The next flag that comes out.
White flag, last lap at Phoenix. Can Justin Allgaier hang on to win the race and the title?
In the spring race here.
Herbst is going to send it in.
98 of Riley Herbst. He'll be fighting for the win.
He's going for the race win. Can he get there? He's going to have a look. To the inside comes Herbst. For the win. Herbst is going to win the race. Allgaier's going to win the title. Finally, he wins one. Herbst wins the race. Allgaier wins the title. The forever bridesmaid is finally a bride.
Seven tries.
I'll tell you what, any way you want to look at those late laps, that's well deserved for Justin. He earned that one. He earned that one. They were a lap down at one point in this race, and they battled back to get it.
Team owner Dale Earnhardt Jr. down there waiting for his driver to join him. We heard Wayne Auten's voice. Wayne Auten, 38 years in NASCAR, is retiring after this race right here. As you see, most of the drivers are going to come up and congratulate Justin Allgaier. We'd like to congratulate Wayne Auten as well on an incredible career.
Yeah, the Ford sweep won't happen this year, but you know what?
Herbst wins the race.
I can't be upset with Justin Allgaier winning the championship title, though. I can't be upset with that.
Just an incredible drive.
It wasn't Hill.
For all the mistakes and everything.
It wasn't Hill.
Last set of corners.
I'm happy it was Justin.
Understanding what was on the line.
The forever bridesmaid, finally a bride.
Challenging a driver that didn't need to be challenged, instantly showed his experience, his mental awareness. What a battle.
Never quit.
How about Herbst with the last lap pass?
Time in this race
last lap pass.
They were done.
Takes the race win.
I'm not sure I had.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of comebacks, but I was trying to figure out with 75 to go how this was going to happen, and shame on me. Allgaier proved it could happen.
He's going to grab the champion flag and begin the celebration. That's Rick Brandt. Rick Brandt handing him the flag right now, and Rick Brandt has been a part of Allgaier's career for so long.
There's Junior.
It was announced earlier this year that Allgaier would be back with team sponsor Rick Brandt for multiple years at Junior Motorsports. And there's a proud owner watching his winning team.
Oh, I'm not sad. I like Justin. I'm happy for him. I mean, it's true I don't like GM, but I don't mind Justin. I love Justin. And like I said, the forever bridesmaid, finally a bride. Great story. And after the fact that he was lapped down earlier in this race after the double penalty, you got to give him props for that.
There went one of the tires.
They earned it.
They will have another set
They
of
absolutely
tires.
earned it.
Wayne Auten told us this, that they'll put on so that he can roll back into his championship celebration area.
Let the party begin. Herb's burning it down behind him for the race win.
That's what 14 years of trying looks like. It took Justin Allgaier that long to make it happen. 7 trips to the championship 4. And tonight, he finally does it. Jim Pullman and Justin Allgaier won an ARCA championship back in 2008. Here in 2024, they're NASCAR Xfinity Series champions.
I think he's still trying to take it in. There's Junior.
The boss man in with a hug.
I think So wanted. I think it was because it was between them and the 20, and I think they got it over the 20.
And tears in Justin Allgaier's eyes so many times tonight.
It was Kelly.
Kelly Earnhardt Miller, as they like to say, the real boss at Junior Motorsports in with a much deserved.
I want to see my boy pull back to back tomorrow, and you'll see me elated. I know Hamill's elated. I'm sure once in the chat, he's going nuts. So.
And Dad Mike.
Obviously, Hamill, you're not going to hear me because you can't hear me the VC, but.
Dorothy, Mom's going to
I know
come
if you're
in
there
as
in the
well.
chat, you're going nuts right now. I honestly thought he was in trouble when he had the double contact there with Herbst and I don't know who the other one was. But.
Counted you out. Did you ever count yourself out tonight?
Yeah, like 10 times. You fans are awesome. I don't think I have a voice left because I was yelling, but I'm doing this a long time. And these people that are standing around me, I can't, there's no words. Rick Brandt, Sierra Brandt, Christy Brandt, the whole Brandt crew, Jarrett Hellmans, all of our partners, Hendrick Engine Shop, what an engine this weekend, Chevrolet. I mean, it's understated.
The only one I don't want to see win tomorrow is Byron.
My wife and my kids, they have given up so much for me to come do this job, and
Love was the other one. I'm
good,
sorry,
man.
I couldn't think of the other car, John.
I don't know what the plan is. I don't know what that looks like, but he's got a reason for everything, and tonight is truly that. It's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. It really is.
Harper and Willow coming in. His daughters. Oh, tears there as well. You know, this weekend was a microcosm, really, of your entire season. So much speed, then problems, Justin, then you guys rally. Have you ever been through a weekend with such a range of emotions, high and low?
No. Hi, baby.
Well, after the controversy of last week, I did leave a little. It'd be awesome to see a first-time champion, but I think that would leave a little.
He told me all weekend.
Bad feeling in me if he
ended
ended up winning it.
Man, we tried to give it away every which way we could. I was as fast as Xfinity Internet, but on pit road, not on the racetrack where I needed to be. I just wanted to make it exciting for all you fans at home. I guess, I don't know.
I mean, it means a lot to Justin. You can see that on his face.
Kelly Earnhardt Miller, LW Miller, everybody at Junior Motorsports, I have all the men and women, all 5 of our race teams. I mean, just the effort that we put in. I'm at a loss for words, and we're going to celebrate this one for sure. It's unbelievable. But I just cannot say thank you enough to everybody that's ever helped me in my career to get to this point. He's 7 times in the championship 4, and we finally got it done. And we're forever a NASCAR champion, and there's no words like that one.
Enjoy some time with the family. We'll see you in a few minutes. We're going to hand out some hardware to Justin Allgaier, the 2024 NASCAR Xfinity Series champion.
You saw how much it meant when you saw his family come up. Right now he's hugging Harper and Willow. They have designed his helmet.
Huge win.
And there's a horseshoe on there. That's there for a reason. His grandfather carried a horseshoe around with him all the time. The kids knew how important it was for Justin to have that horseshoe on the helmet. He just mentioned it. 7 tries, And in the 7th try, the lucky 7th try, with a horseshoe on the
How about
helmet,
that lucky
Justin Allgaier
try?
is a NASCAR Xfinity Series champion.
I guess you could say the numbers, the numerology almost lined up for Justin tonight.
What a race it was. Riley Herbst won stage 1, won stage 2, and won the race.
I thought it was over there. I thought something was going to happen there when he got together with Love and Herbst.
For the 4 championship contenders, goes to the driver of the 7. He made the right decisions when it was the time to do it.
Herbst wins the race. Allgaier wins the title.
How emotional did we see Justin Allgaier get? The 38-year-old becomes the first driver from Illinois to win an Xfinity Series championship. Justin Allgaier, the 2024 NASCAR Xfinity Series champion.
Wow.
A bend with a bump in your erection might be painful,
well,
embarrassing, difficult to talk about, and could be Peyronie's disease
I'm gonna go
or PD, a real medical condition that urologists can diagnose and have been treating
I'm gonna
for
go
more
hang
than
out my
8 years
VC
with
now.
Xiaflex, the
I'm gonna
only
call that a
FDA-approved
stream
non-surgical
here.
treatment for appropriate men with PD.
Let me make sure I get
Along
the
with
prediction
daily
paid out
gentle stretching and
first
straightening exercises,
before I forget.
Xiaflex has been proven to help gradually reduce the bend.
So I need to make
Don't
sure I pay
receive
that
if the
out.
treatment area involves your urethra, or if you're allergic to any of the ingredients. May cause serious side effects, including penile fracture or
pay that
other
out.
serious injury during an erection, and severe allergic reactions, including anaphylaxis.
But
Seek help
I
if
am
you have
gonna
any of these
go,
symptoms. Do not have any sexual activity during and
pop
for at
outta
least 4
here.
weeks after each treatment cycle. Sudden back pain reactions
Tomorrow
and
is
fainting
tomorrow.
can happen after treatment. Tell your doctor
2
if you have a
down,
bleeding
1 to
condition
go.
or take blood thinners, as risk of bleeding or bruising
The
at the treatment
2024
site
season
increased.
is almost
Join the tens
over.
of thousands of men who've been prescribed Xiaflex. Make an appointment with a Xiaflex trained urologist.
Till then,
Visit bencarrot.com
take
to
care,
find one
guys.
today.
I'm going to look and see, because I'm going to send you guys to the other guy that's streaming, because I think he's going to show the rest of the post race.
Right in the temporal lobe.
So I can go hang with my buds.
For what you need.
So I'm going to send you guys to raid him.
Say you're looking for the perfect present.
I'm going to get
Head to
rest
the
up
perfect
tomorrow.
place.
For tomorrow.
A place with gifts that light
Have
up a
fun
face
over there.
as well as a room.
So
where it's easy to find the brands they'll
I'll send you
love
guys
and
over to
advice
the other
you
guy
trust.
for the rest of the post race.
That place
Have fun.
isn't a
Take
warehouse
care.
store. That place
Peace.
is your local Ace.
And we'll
Around
see
the
you.
block, what you need in stock, with service so good it's guaranteed. This Christmas,
you
get free
guys.
assembly and delivery on your new grill at Ace.
See you guys tomorrow.
Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. Wow, where has this been my entire life? Having to clean with multiple products is a hassle. With Magic Eraser, I use it on everyday messes. I even use it on things that I think are impossible to clean. You need Mr. Clean Magic Eraser in your life.
Faraway places, faraway
What if your mobile network wasn't just built to work out here, but was designed differently to also give you blazing fast Wi-Fi where you are most of the time? Reliable 5G plus Wi-Fi speeds up to a gig where you need it most. Xfinity Mobile.
Next season is right around the corner.